this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Let's get the show on the road. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I see the very small studio is even smaller today because we got Train coming in to do some acoustic numbers for us.
Yeah, we got the old mixing board in the studio.
Showing once again that we kind of have a small space.
Yeah. I know, they got to, sit on a couch and play?
How many guys are in Train?
3 or 4.
Oh, boy.
Oh, okay. You do this.
Trey, right? Trey, guys.
It's going to be crowded.
So
over there on the couch.
I want to know who didn't get a talking to over the Dice smoking incident.
I'm trying to figure it out.
This piece of shit place. How about you come down here and tell Dice to stop smoking? They beat up everybody.
I think Roland got
Roland, Travis, fucking Kenny has to talk to people today.
Kenny's getting yelled at.
How about you come down and tell Dice to stop smoking? Because guess what? There's not a person involved with the show that can tell Dice to stop smoking.
No.
I didn't want to breathe in this smoke yesterday.
It was terrible. I fucking... My throat was hurting enough.
Right.
And then that, really started making it burn.
Yeah.
And then driving home, all I fucking smelled was fucking cigarette smoke.
We went old school yesterday, where the smoke is on your clothes. I know they're calling us pussies right now. Whatever.
Fuck that.
I was sneezing because I think I'm allergic to fucking cigarette smoke. I still feel it in my throat.
I do too. Absolutely.
But the point is, they got all these tough guys walking around here as security people. They got a whole human resources department, and they wait till after the show, and then they beat the shit out of all our guys.
Yeah.
Come down here and fucking tell them to stop smoking.
What could Roland have done? Roland could have done anything.
Roland has to control his guests.
Dice just turns around and goes, "What? No."
Uh-oh. You good?
It's up to you.
Kenny. You all right?
I'm not listening.
You're not listening?
You know what?
I think Kenny doesn't want us to talk about the smoking incident. But I'm sticking up for our guys. We're all sticking up for our guys.
It was ridiculous.
Like, they don't understand Dice is his own entity. There's not a person that can tell him to stop smoking. He's not going to listen to anybody.
Not in this forum.
No.
But if somebody, from down the hall, and somebody wants to take the bull by the horns and come in and say, hey, you can't do that.
It's a non-smoking building?
Yeah.
I was pretty amazed. That takes balls. No. In this day and age, it takes balls to just light up in a non-smoking building.
It's him. It makes perfect sense.
Right. And he is oblivious to the whole thing.
Doesn't care.
He doesn't care.
Doesn't care. And it was, if it was just one, maybe, could have cleared out. He fucking lit up one after another after another.
5 plus 1, that's 6 total.
Oh, I thought it was even more.
Oh.
5, 6 cigarettes. That's a lot in this tiny little space.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I would love to name names, too. And it's different names this time. Different names.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I heard the vents were sucking up the smoke and pumping them all around the place.
Oh, really? Is that what happens?
Yeah.
So who was getting a face full of smoke?
That's what they said to me.
I don't know what's going on with you today. Thank God your mic's not working.
Your mic's not working? Yeah, really.
I hear a hiss.
I hear a cheer from the audience.
Go over there for a second.
Oh, there he is.
Go ahead. No.
No, it's...
None of the guest mics are... Oh, that looks unplugged. I guess they had to plug in the board, see? Or something, see?
Are they unplugged?
Yeah.
How do I get those mics to work?
These guys?
No, the regular mics. We're still doing a show.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, Mars,
what happened, Mars?
Mars unplugged the guest mics to set up the board.
Glad mine
for Train?
Yeah.
Will that work?
What are you doing?
He don't even know.
And what about Slash? We're going to have Slash,
That's one end and the other end.
Yeah, good luck to you on that one.
Mars, what were you just trying to do?
You don't know. I don't know.
He's doing exactly what I would do. And guess what? I'm not really good at this shit. It's not working.
Mars, they're not plugged in because they're using that jack. See that?
Yeah.
That's supposed to plug into there.
Yeah, that has to go somewhere.
Yeah. All right, so they took these two.
This goes where?
Yeah.
This goes where?
Mars, are you high?
No.
How do you not know that goes out of the mic, comes down, and then plugs into the...
You just went, this goes there.
Why were you trying to plug the end of that cord into the mic, though?
We got 2 mics set down. How do we make them work? Because we kind of still have to do a radio show.
Yeah. No, don't take that out because...
What? What?
Sam's mic off.
It's off.
Oh, boy.
Am I on?
Hello?
Thank God.
Now it'll work.
There's a hiss.
Because he unplugged Train's mic.
There.
Oh, wow, that's a bad hiss.
Sounds good.
We got a bad hiss.
That's a bad hiss, Mars.
We got a bad hiss. All right. All right.
Oh, man.
Put that
This is
back.
going to be fucked now.
Oh, boy.
Oh, that's a bad hiss.
Oh, no.
That's a bad hiss.
Eventually, that's got to be plugged back in.
And,
It sounds
we
like
still
shit.
can't hear Sam.
No, we move everything. It'll sound better.
It's a bad hiss.
He's trying to learn by doing. Do this.
He's panicking. Oh, yeah,
there you
that
go.
works.
Yeah, but what about when Slash is here? Where are we going to put Slash?
Oh, no. That's right.
Yeah, we got to figure this out. Should we take an hour off?
No.
Hello?
Yes.
Why didn't they
unfortunately,
figure
that
out?
works.
Yeah, what about Slash? When
he
Slash
comes in, we'll give him that money.
No, we can't because
No,
Train's going to be
Train's
here at
gonna
the
be
same
here.
time. We need every
these
mic possible.
We need one of these guest
It's
mics.
impossible to add more mics than we have.
Why couldn't we just have those mics like we usually do and these mics over here?
Because we have to take this
Talk
mic
into this one.
and we have to.
Now you're not talking into a mic.
This one works.
Yeah.
We're sending. We're sending
record.
one audio signal to program so you guys can hear and can go over the air, and the other signal goes to Pro Tools. So.
Are you going to get fired? I hope
For
not.
what? I almost did yesterday for the smoking shit.
You got a talking to?
More than anybody else in
These
this fucking
fucking
room.
No
pieces
way.
of shit around
You
here.
guys don't even know what type of shit I went through yesterday.
Boy, it was
So
a
why don't you
fucking...
speak your mind? Who talked to for the radio show?
Who talked to you, though? How did they,
Yeah.
you're the engineer.
Yeah, how'd you get yelled at?
Why aren't?
I was supposed to come in and stop you guys.
But they're saying everyone was supposed to. They said Roland has a responsibility to control his guests. Travis has a responsibility as a producer. Fucking Kenny has a response. Everyone got yelled at. But not one of those guys came down and tried to stop the situation.
Yeah, do it yourself.
That's what exactly
I didn't want smoke.
Hated the
None of
smoke.
us wanted cigarette smoke in our faces. And guess what? We tried. But
I know.
he's that
There's
type
no
of guy.
way.
You can't stop him.
Just can't stop him.
It's nice.
So then the show's over and everyone gets yelled at? Mm-hmm. That's pussy shit, man. That's pussy
But it's
shit.
not the same. It's not the normal people yelling.
No. Right?
No.
No, it isn't. It's a whole new bunch of assholes.
Yes.
Ooh.
Oh, boy. Here comes Kenny.
Yes, Kenny.
I knew we'd wake up Kenny.
Well, that's only because one boss is on vacation and one boss is out sick. So your talking is probably coming to also.
If anyone tries to
I'm not.
give me a
I'm
fucking
not.
talking to about the dice
Thank
thing,
you.
I will not even fucking entertain it.
I will not be getting any more talking tos from anyone. Period. No one's talking to me about dice smoking.
I tried.
Yeah, I said you shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
We're going to do it. Tackle him? It's nice.
Yeah, it's nice. What are you going to tell him?
Who's on vacation?
I think Steve is, and I
Bladder.
think Gary is sick. He was sick.
Yes. Gary is sick and Mr. Bladder's on vacation.
Holy fuck! I had no idea. I swear to God. I swear to God, I had no idea.
So who's running this fucking shindig? Oh boy,
The intern?
the intern.
The intern is.
Well, he's not an intern.
Holy, they're really not here?
Yeah.
No,
That's not good for them when the place runs smoothly.
Yeah.
Because they weren't going to.
you're doing.
No, but that's the truth.
See that
I
it's
speak the
not
truth.
running smoothly.
And they weren't going to, those pussies weren't going to come down here and tell Dice to stop smoking.
Oh, well,
They would have
they'll-
hid in their stupid cubicles.
They'll say they would.
Who spoke to Roland?
Oh boy.
The same person that spoke to me.
Well, who? I don't think it's a secret as to who spoke to me.
The head of security.
Oh, Bruce. Okay.
So why didn't Bruce come down here? He's a big, tough guy.
I don't know.
How about he talks to Dice? Wouldn't that have been the most logical thing to do?
I don't know.
And he's not talking to me. I'll tell you right the fuck.
I know
No, he's not going to.
I know who you send down. Good morning. Stop smoking. Good morning. Good morning. Stop your smoking. Good morning.
Lung cancer. Good morning.
Lung cancer. Good
Good
morning.
morning.
Emphysema. Welcome aboard.
Welcome
Emphysema. Boy, you poor bastards.
Wow, you
What are
guys
you
all
gonna
got yelled at, huh? After the show.
You move on.
You move on.
So what were they saying?
Well, my problem is that I yell back.
It's
Well, of course, it goes with your culture.
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Thank God you didn't
So-
stab anyone.
You're allowed people, Mars.
Well, my question to them was, do I sever my ties with O and A? You know, do I really make them upset? And they turned around and asked me, who pays you?
Whoa!
I hope
so
you said
fired.
every guy whose dick I suck.
You're so fired.
That sounds like so fired.
Yeah,
So
you're so fired.
when they said that, I said, okay, fair enough. You guys do pay me, but if O&A tell me not to go into that fucking studio anymore, there's nothing you can do about it, and I'm done.
Yeah, but we didn't even say that.
No, I'm saying in case I do sever any ties with you guys.
I welcomed anyone that could try to stop fucking Dice from smoking, but we all know what that's about. Every single one of us knows.
Wasn't going to happen.
Wasn't going to happen. You would have to literally drag him out of the studio. So.
And you're the engineer. You're not. It's not your responsibility.
But, yeah, I was told that it's my studio or our studio, and yeah. We're responsible for whatever goes on in the studio.
And then Roland was told he has a responsibility to control the gas. What were you told, Joe?
Roland doesn't have. He can't.
Same
control
thing.
the gas.
Same thing. You have to control the gas.
Yes, and we control 999 of the 1,000 guests that we have in this building.
You just got to make one mistake.
That's true. One mistake is more memorable.
That's right.
Than all of your accomplishments.
Right.
Yeah. I see what you're doing.
Yeah. What happened?
Sam was making a kicking motion.
Yes.
Oh, the kick.
Kick it to the curb or
You
something.
should have kicked. You're not kicking the right people, I guess.
By the way, I was told that we broke laws yesterday.
Yeah, of course we did. We all know that.
The laws were broken. We didn't break them, but we were complicit in their breaking.
Yeah.
We didn't break the laws, nor did we encourage them to be broken. He broke the law.
It's more like breaking a regulation.
A regulation. We just didn't physically tackle him. I mean, it's Dice. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
It's dice. Did you explain that? It's dice?
You just say it's Dice.
I want to know more about the smoke being sucked into the vents and thrown into people's faces. Like, who got smoked?
That's what he said to me when he came in. Before he talked to Travis and Roland.
Yeah.
Because I was on the air and I was like, that's the only reason I didn't get scolded, because I was like, I'm on the air in 20 seconds. And he ran out the door.
Nice.
But
I got a shift.
Yeah, you said that what happens is that the smoke gets carried up in the vents.
Right.
And then the AC brings it to all the other studios and pushes it down into their studios.
So that means people are getting our bad breath and shit as well.
And our gassers.
And our gassers. Jim
Everything.
Norton's gassers.
Yeah.
Gassers.
But yeah, 5 cigarettes deep. That's why the cigarette smell, I think, was not quite as bad at the end as it was during the beginning, even though he had gone through 5 cigarettes, because the AC had been sucking up all the cigarette
sucking
smoke
it up.
and dropping it on Sway in the morning mashup.
I was wondering where that was going.
And out cue.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, that's bullshit that you guys all got talking to, though.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
You know, they got jobs, too. How about they come down? If it was pretty obvious to everyone there was cigarette smoking all over the fucking place, so how about you come down here and try to figure it out?
Yeah, we weren't trying to hide the fact.
Yeah, I didn't want it. None of us wanted it.
When he was in the hallway smoking,
Yeah.
Troy could smell it in his studio with the door shut, and the mashup could smell it on the other end of the floor.
Yeah.
Well, you're not used to it. It's like a little cigarettes. It's like a bowling ball being dropped in a fucking cathedral.
Yeah.
No one is used to. No one can believe they're actually smelling cigarette smoke.
It is the weirdest thing now. It's
Dice.
You smell cigarette smoke.
But it's Dice.
It is Dice. I mean, you know, when all is said and done, it's Dice. It's not like it's us.
Right. It's nice.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
Dice.
it's Dice.
So is everyone all right?
Oh, yeah, we're all fine.
Just a talking to?
Yeah, it's nothing.
And one of those, don't let it happen again.
Yeah.
All right. Well, and did you say maybe you should have a say in this as well?
Who?
Like to the guy.
I
I don't
said,
even feel like saying
yeah.
his name.
No.
You just said yeah a lot.
Does Slash
no,
smoke? Is he going to want to smoke? when
Slash
he's in here?
smokes, but I think he adheres to the...
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Regulation.
How do you know?
Maybe Train
Because
will,
he's been in here before and he hasn't smoked.
maybe Train will smoke some pot today.
Some weed?
That'd be good.
It's Train.
Dice is different, though. Nah, Train's Train, but Dice is, you know,
It's Dice.
He's Dice. He's
Dice.
Yeah, after a Dice
That
appearance,
is what I said. I said, you know, it's nice.
after a Dice appearance, you need a shower
Oh, I know.
and a nap.
Yeah. Yep.
I was
Exactly
tired
it.
yesterday.
Yep.
What the fuck?
Tired. I fucking was wheezing.
Yeah, it was good radio though.
Damn.
Today we got Train. They got a new album out called California 37.
Oh.
I was tracking through this. Pretty cool. And they're gonna do what, 2 or 3 acoustic songs for us today?
Yes, that's right.
fucking cool, man. We need more music on this show.
Pretty nice.
Maybe Slash will join in because they will be.
That's the thought.
That's why we booked it like that.
Yeah.
He doesn't sing, though.
Slash?
Yeah.
No, but we will have a guitar for him.
Whoa!
An electric guitar.
No, an acoustic guitar.
He can't play acoustic. Oh, yes, he can.
You can play any sort of guitar.
I don't think Slash could.
Why wouldn't you be able to?
I thought if it wasn't plugged in, he didn't know what to do with it.
How funny would that be?
Yeah. Yeah. If it's like, jug, 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 jug.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Is anybody going to have Slash sign their arm and then maybe get it tattooed?
Sam?
Not with Slash.
Who else would you get on your arm?
Who else is worthy of the arm?
Well, for the
of
people that don't
Sam
know,
Roberts?
you met Jack White,
Yeah,
and he signed your arm, and then you got it tattooed. Fuck,
Yesterday.
I'd meet Jack White. Oh, we met Jack White.
We met Jack White.
I forgot we met him.
He's a very
Did I get a
tall
picture with
gentleman.
him? I think I might
we
have
all
a
did.
picture with him.
A group of us
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, that was a shitty interview. I was telling Sam because he's a big fan. There was something that was weird that day. We were in another studio. It was for the Raconteurs, and because Sam goes, "Why didn't you guys ever replay that interview?" It wasn't
Yeah, I'd be replaying it
wasn't
like
that
once a
good.
week.
It wasn't that good.
Did you get a
To be
picture of
honest
him?
with you.
Yeah,
He's nice, right?
he's really nice. Like I wasn't sure.
What time did he come in?
4:15.
It was late. Oh, you came back. You
No, I stayed.
Oh, you're a big fan. Okay. Who else would
Well,
you get?
obviously, he's a big fan, huh?
Yeah, it's a good tattoo. I would only get Ozzy. Ozzy won't even sign any more arms anymore. He said, I think he won't do that anymore because too many
Really?
people.
People do that.
Would you,
all the
would you
time.
do a tattoo if he signed your arm?
I don't think so. No. I mean, I love him, but I don't think I would get him tattooed. But I did. I have my name tattooed on somebody. It's on a guy's ass.
Oh,
Really?
my God.
Do you remember that, Kenny? I signed it online, and the guy says, "Could you sign my?" I've signed a bunch of arms for tattoos, but I remember signing one guy. He had a pretty good ass too. I signed his cheeks. Where was it? Ohio somewhere?
His right cheek.
And I know, but what city?
Some guy has a fucking tattoo on his
Jim
right
Norton.
cheek.
I have a picture somewhere. I'll show
Wow.
you. And then he sent me a picture. He showed me, and he came back to another show.
Right.
I took a photo of it, of course.
Of course.
You have to.
And it was nice.
Better than you'd think it would be.
Yeah.
Maybe it was just the way it was. He was only
Bent
showing
over?
the tattoo. No, he stood and just seductively showed. Would you want me to sign your arm?
No.
Come here.
Yeah, do it.
Don't offend me.
I'll do it too. We'll all do it. You'll have the Opie and Anthony show.
Yeah.
on your arm.
Yeah, you look up to us, right?
How about that?
Don't offend me.
How about people that have given you some sort of fucking career instead of Jack White, who
Give me a
you know,
marker.
What about
What's he
like all
done?
three of you on his back?
I want
Yeah.
to sign his forehead.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Oh man.
Who else would you get on your arm? You got Jack White and Rob Zombie.
Yeah, the only other person I get is Jay-Z.
That's
oh
it.
God.
So save some room for Jay-Z.
Jay-Z.
And that would
How your career's going, you'll meet him in 50 years.
Oh, Jim Norton's signing. Sounds.
Wait.
Here,
You need
here.
a Sharpie.
Thanks. All right. Here, hold on.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
All right.
Yeah. All right.
Let's see.
He's signing the top of his forearm. Oh God. Chip. He's signing Chip.
Chippa.
Chip. And then just scribbled under it.
It's the worst. Like
I put a design under it too. It's like really like the yin and yang and stuff.
No, it's not.
You got to
It's
tattoo
scribbled.
that shit now.
just
Yeah, now you
takes up
gotta
the entire
tap that.
upper forearm and says Chippo with a giant squiggly line that extends to the bottom of the forearm.
You got to
me
tat
say.
that up now.
That's good, man.
You like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, just become one of those tattoo guys.
That just has signatures all over.
Just tattoos everywhere.
No, I mean the few signatures that I tattooed on and would are very.
You're not a tattoo
Meaningful.
guy. That's what's so weird about this.
You don't think it's odd to just have another man's name tattooed on your arm?
What about sexual?
No,
I
I don't
mean
think it's
another
weird
man's
either.
name.
I get that.
Yeah, I don't think it's too weird.
No, I like to carry them with me. They're art. It symbolizes their music, not them as human beings.
Oh.
I don't think there's anyone alive where I would do that, but maybe back in the day, Kurt Cobain, if he put Kurt on my arm or something, I might have fucking tattooed that shit.
And you'd be happy with that to this day, probably.
Yeah.
I would
Everybody-
do
people-
Ozzy too. I would. You know what I mean?
Jimmy would do Ozzy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would love to actually. I would do Kiss on one arm. Just
whole band?
Gene, Paul, Peter, and yeah. That would be kind of cool if I had a tattoo body, which I don't.
Would you let Ozzy write O-Z-Z-Y on your knuckles?
No, but I almost did that when I was a teenager. I wouldn't do that,
That would have
now.
been awesome.
Oh yeah, I almost got Ozzy on my knuckles when I was 15 or 14.
Tattooed?
Oh yeah. I wanted that badly.
It was his name, though.
And that would have been silly. Yeah. There are guys. I've seen guys that have gotten that done though.
Yeah.
I can only hope that there's like a child serial killer named Jack White that like
Why?
and the news is huge about it and like people know him musically,
Right.
but they more know the Jack White that killed a bunch of children, and you have his name tattooed on your arm.
And Jack White, the musician, changes his name to something else. 'cause he's
Right,
like, I
right,
really don't want to
right.
be associated with that
Yeah, he
anymore.
pulls like a John Cougar Mellencamp thing.
Right. Jack Cougar White.
Jack Cougar. Yeah. And you're stuck with a serial killer's horrible name on you.
I'll have to meet him and ask him to add Cougar to it.
That would rule.
No, it wouldn't.
People would be horrified.
People were stupid, though. They were like, when I posted pictures and said on Twitter that I was doing it, they were like, yeah, like you're not going to regret that. I've had Rob Zombie's name on my arm for years.
That's Rob Zombie. No, you're not going to regret Jack White.
I'll never regret it.
He's unbelievable.
He's the greatest.
Guitars have arrived, so we're getting closer to train, which is awesome. 7:30, I think?
Yeah. Something like that.
Cool.
Wow.
You know, I don't know if people give a fuck about this one, but
commitment.
The fucking cabs are going up 20% here in New York again.
I think that's what they're gunning for. I think what they're trying to do is
pushing people to underground.
Yeah, to get less cabs
the subways
and more
are
people
shitty.
taking the trains. Are the subways shitty?
No.
I can't tell. I take them sometimes.
They're getting better, but our transit system is way behind other cities. Way the fuck.
Is it?
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, all the signals are
I think it's more sprawling, though, than the other cities.
Well, they're getting there. It's absolutely better than it was 10 years ago, but, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't...
It smells like urine and puke every day. You still see a lot of fucking rats on the tracks.
Yeah. There was some woman on the 7 train that got 3 guys who were on the train. First of all, she gets on the train, and she's alone with 3 guys on the train. 3 youngsters, I guess.
What time?
Teen thugs.
It's hard to be alone on a train these days, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Really hard.
That's why you got to go in the conductor car.
Pretty early in the morning or something.
Oh, okay.
And I'm sure, to remain politically correct, she didn't move. Instead of just realizing, all right, there's probably a threat here, let me fucking move. And one guy gets up and stands in front of her and starts making like he's jacking off in her face. And she's just like sitting there horrified. 7 train. Yeah.
Oh, was this the other day?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I think I read the story, and one of his buddies was like trying to get her to look.
Yeah. They were young thugs. Young hoods.
Well, that's her fault.
Yeah, she should have fucking left the train.
Yeah.
What happened to her?
I've left plenty of cars.
Nothing, so she called the cops, but
yes.
She said she was more afraid of what could have happened to her than what did happen to her. But then they're like, we need your help finding these people, and then gave no description.
Of course not. They described their clothes and their laces. They had one left shoe, one right shoe, and
is that one
ears.
of them? Yeah, okay, thanks. Yeah, there's my...
Sam, I can't see.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There's one of
the man in a navy blue shirt.
Wonderful gentleman right there.
That's what the article says.
Oh,
yeah,
flasher.
Man in a navy blue shirt. You know what? Flashing today, raping tomorrow. That's what I say.
I went the opposite direction.
Oh, okay.
I started with rapes, and now I'm just up to flashing.
You've mellowed,
You've
mellowed with age.
You're getting better. I'm more concerned with the guy that is shooting a dart gun.
They caught him.
I know. What the fuck?
Some guy was shooting a blowgun.
Blowgun, actually.
That's what we're dealing with. Fucking blowguns.
In New York City.
In
Brooklyn,
New York
right?
City, yeah.
Was that Brooklyn?
He was shooting it out his window.
That's unbelievable.
And hit a couple of people with darts. Blowgun darts. Fuck country is this?
Yeah.
Shooting fucking blowguns.
It reminds me of Dennis Leary's bit. Maybe we could play it a break. There's so many ways to die in New York City.
Oh, well, that's true.
Maybe we could play that going in a break. It'd be good. But the cab's going up 20%. You're saying because they want people to use mass transit?
That's what a lot of the cabbies are saying. So, you know, who could understand them anyway? Yeah. But they're saying they're pushing people to the trains, to mass transit, to have less people take the cabs, because you get in a cab now and you realize, holy shit, that's a lot of fucking money.
I don't care how much money you make. I notice. I'm like, what? Seriously? It's like $10 just to go. Where I live, sometimes I want to take a cab and get up to, like, you know, up the hill, I call it. And it's like, it's $7-8.
Do you pay cash or credit? I always use credit now.
I do the cash.
Oh, you still do cash? Credit's much easier to do.
Do they hate the credit?
Nah, they used to
Not
by
anymore.
this point.
Yeah.
There was a time they absolutely fucking hated when you pulled out your credit card.
It's just easier for me to like just shove fucking
Money
dollars
and go,
through there
right?
and get the fuck out the door.
But they had a sin tax or whatever for the gas prices, the gas going up. They never took that away.
Yeah,
then they did have a rate hike about 2 years ago, maybe less, and now they're going for another 20%. I don't know how people afford this shit. That's what I always say to myself. How are people affording this?
That's just it. They're not. they're going. They're starting to take the trains and stuff, and that's exactly what they want them to do.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, but you can't take a train to everywhere you need to go in New York. That's
and you
the
can't
problem.
walk either. Sometimes it's fucking brutal out there.
Right.
And you just need a cab, even for a short distance.
Right.
That's why they make the driving hard, too, because they want to force people to mass trains and buses.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
They take lanes out for bike lanes. They make it harder and harder to get around in a car.
Yeah.
And that's why.
You can't live in this city long term. You just can't.
You'd go
They
crazy.
want to get every fucking dollar out of your pocket. That's their goal.
Yeah.
As soon as you leave your apartment, that's their goal.
Yeah,
Take all your money.
A fucking just
Legally,
meter
illegally,
runs. A meter runs in front of your face when you're just walking around the city.
Yes. It's unbelievable.
I remember I needed a fucking Cat 5 cable to hook up my Xbox at the apartment.
Yeah.
And I walked into one of those places in Times Square.
Oh, boy.
For a 6-foot-long Cat 5 cable, $35 they wanted. And I looked at the guy, I go, you're shitting me.
How much should that have been?
It's like fucking $5.
Yeah.
I go, you're shitting me. How much?
If you go, oh Jesus! If you go online,
Yeah.
you can get a 7-foot Cat 5 cable for $1.70.
See, but I needed a 6-foot.
Cut it.
The funny thing is the tourists assume that these places are doing the right thing, maybe hiking it up slightly.
Yeah.
So they'll just buy stuff and throw it on the counter and not even thinking.
Not even know.
And they're just getting raped.
Getting ripped off.
Remember the binocular incident?
Oh, yeah.
When we had to buy binoculars?
The guy finally says, I said, you're kidding me, right? And he's like, rent is very high here.
Yeah, fuck you.
Rent is very, it's like, all right, well, but $35 for a $1.50 item? You motherfucker.
Remember
Did you buy it?
No.
Remember the Radiohead show?
Yeah.
I don't think I told this on the air, but my fucking cell phone died, and I had to call someone to get my tickets. I was getting set up nice, right?
Yep.
So I'm like, holy fuck. I went into one of those places, and I said, I need to make a phone call. I need to call this number, like, immediately. There's someone waiting for me, but I've never met this person. It was one of those deals, so I don't even know what the guy looked like. They actually said to me $10.
They
said $10, and I looked at them
them
like, you're fucking kidding, right? They're like, no, we're very busy here.
Yeah.
No one was in the store, by the way. So then I went to another store, and they did the right thing, and they were fucking pissed. They're pretty much throwing me the phone. And I was able to make my call. But the first fucking place, I forgot to mention this on the air, they wanted $10 to make a local call.
Yeah.
A lot of those
They're scumbags.
Yeah.
A lot of those newspaper stands on the street now have charging stations where you can pay to charge your phone for 10, 15 minutes.
How much?
I don't know, but I know that.
I didn't know
I'm seeing
that.
it. Yeah, I'm seeing it more and more.
$20.
I think it's $1 a minute or $2 a minute or something.
Yeah.
What?
Well,
I'm only guessing.
Thank you, Mark.
There you go. You got one for
I
free.
finally ended up getting one. This happened like
That was an
months ago.
Ethernet thing you needed?
Yeah. This is what they were
Wow.
charging $35 for.
That's a good cable.
Yeah.
Mars is quick.
Damn, that's a good cable.
Mars is quick to come in here when it comes to cables, but not when it
Exactly.
comes to smoking, huh?
Exactly.
Thank you.
Fucking Mars getting a talking to. Get the fuck out of here. What's wrong with this place?
Fucking believable.
So, yeah, the cabs are going on. That's just insane. Facebook.
Yeah.
Below the IPO. No
What's going on
surprise.
with that?
That's kind of what we said, right?
Yeah. It's, boy, it's a perfect storm of shit for Facebook for their IPO.
Yeah.
I guess, what company was underwriting
Morgan
them?
Stanley.
Was it Morgan
Yeah,
Stanley?
Morgan Stanley was saying, we're probably going to, this ain't that good a fucking stock. And then General Motors pulled their fucking advertising
Right.
from
Why?
Facebook. I guess they figured out it wasn't doing anything.
They weren't getting their returns, so they pulled all their ads.
And that was the day before the IPO.
So it's down to 34. They've already lost $4 a share. Supposedly Zuckerberg has lost $2 billion already.
Oh,
Paper. Yeah.
But he's worth, what? He was worth 19, I think.
he was worth 20. I heard it's
20?
personal.
Yeah.
But I'm going to buy it. You think it's going to go back up or no?
I don't know
Leave
what to
that
do with
fucking
this.
stock
Maybe.
alone for a
I
little
don't know
bit.
what to do with this thing. I'd like to play it, but I don't know. It's a coin toss.
I
That's
think
exactly what my guy said. It's a fucking gamble.
it goes down
Yeah.
again today. But I don't know that world.
Dude,
Yeah.
Something doesn't seem right, though.
Apple is such a good company. Like, I went to the Apple store last night to buy these headphones, and they now have on the iPhone where if you could, maybe it's been there, you can check yourself out. Like, and I mean, like, of the thing, not in the mirror.
Right.
Like
Hey, I look great.
There's mirrors everywhere. You check yourself out.
It's an app called, like, the Apple Store app or whatever, so you download it there. The guy showed me. And then you take I bought the Bose headphones, and you fucking find the barcode, and when you open the app to a certain part of the app,
scans it.
It's like a photo scan almost. You don't even hit your camera button. It takes the picture for you and just mails you a receipt. I check myself out. The guy showed me. It's fucking Apple is really.
Wow.
They're the best company in the world. As much as they annoy me.
They went up crazy yesterday.
I don't understand how they pay all those people that are in those stores.
Some of them are just standing around.
It's like, imagine if it was like that wherever you went.
Oh.
How nice it would be. You're always trying to find some asshole to help you out.
I told
the
you
Apple store.
I said this is eventually going to cost you guys your jobs,
right?
Like because like now when you go to CVS up the street from us, it's your self checkout. You just kind of boop.
I'm a fan of the self checkout
rules
like that.
I hated it at first, but I'm all about it now.
I don't like that fucking dealing with people, especially CVS and the
Can
likes.
I have your email?
Yeah.
Can I have your phone number?
Do you
have a card?
Do you have a CVS card?
A discount card? No.
Oh, wait a minute. There's no price on that. Bob, could you come up here? Bob, could you? Oh.
I think a manager,
And the manager never shows up. He's in the back. Where is he? What's he doing there? Can I fucking get out of this goddamn store? Pain in the ass.
So leave Facebook. I don't know. Do whatever you're going to do.
I don't know what the fuck to do with it. I'm just sitting. I'm not jumping in and making a rash decision because it's a coin toss.
A lot of people bought stock because they think there's a Google situation here. And what's Google up to? $600, $600 plus a share.
What was their IPO? Google.
Oh,
Google years
way
ago.
lower than 38.
Yeah,
I
it was
bet you.
pretty low.
I bet you it was way lower than 38.
Yeah, if you got in on the ground floor, you're doing pretty well.
$614 a share. So a lot of people look at that model and go, "Oh, Facebook is the next one. We're all going to be rich."
Yeah. And depending on what Facebook does to generate revenue, it might in time. You don't know.
Right.
But as far as their business model right now, it just doesn't seem like they really have a good plan to make cash. And a lot of people are doing a lot of shit on the fucking phones and shit. Their mobile app stinks. Their Facebook app. It needs a complete redesign. It's that fucking bad. It's horrible.
What don't you like? Because I'm trying to think.
It freezes constantly.
Oh, okay.
It takes forever to load something, and it doesn't have half the fucking options that you need for to run through it.
There are a few people on Twitter that told us to download some shit to make that better.
Really?
But that fan page thing that we talked about yesterday stinks. That you can't.
Someone told me a workaround on that.
Okay.
Well, good luck on that, Mike, Danny. That one's unplugged for.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Try that one.
I was sick and tired of that Facebook app.
Yeah,
it's terrible. So I figured out how to get it to work. What you have to do is you delete the app off of your iPhone.
Yeah.
And then you go to Facebook in Safari.
Oh.
And then it works.
Are you kidding?
No.
Is that how you're using it? Really?
Yeah. The mobile version of Facebook is exponentially faster than the app.
Why the fuck can't they figure that out?
Like if you're using the app, you're just adult.
Yeah.
Wait. You mean the mobile version on the phone? Like,
yeah. Mm-hmm. It looks exactly. They formatted it to the point where it looks identical to the app, except it works.
So you could use just a web page on your fucking phone instead.
And then you could just save that web page to your home page on your phone, so it looks like an icon on your little home page, and then there you go. Now you got Facebook.
Isn't Facebook confusing? It's so much nonsense.
They fucked it up a whole lot.
It's so much shit on it.
Yeah.
Stop with the fucking invites and the scroll. Oh, look, Betty updated their phone. Oh, look, Steve is friends with Ted. Gives a fuck.
Yeah, sometimes, I mean, I'll see conversations go by on my news feed. Yeah, that's what I'm doing, and then it works for me great.
Really?
Because, like Ant was saying, on the iPhone, at least.
That looks like an app.
That's great.
Yeah, it freezes up. It takes, like, if you hit the app to launch and you want to just do whatever, it's going to take a full over a minute, I'd say, before you can do anything.
Spinny, spin, pinwheel.
Yeah, it's just, it's not good coding or whatever the problem is.
Stinks.
And it's not, I know everybody goes, update it or do this and do it.
Doesn't work.
It's the fucking app. It sucks.
Do the bit. Hey, here, what's up with this reporter?
Oh, she's a twat.
The reporter
she just, she flubbed up a little bit.
But this is a good one, huh?
And we never did
video
get back to that fucking teacher yesterday either.
There is video, but I mean, it's unnecessary.
She's suspended.
She got suspended.
Oh, yeah.
We got two more
with
tracks.
pay, by the way.
Yeah,
let's play the reporter slip up, then we could do the teacher.
Union thing. She will not be fired. She will not miss a day's pay.
I bet you that the piece of shit union will defend her.
Guaranteed.
I gotta find a real school someday.
Fucking stupid bitch.
Fuck that.
Go private, man.
My kid ain't gonna deal with this shit.
Oh, man.
Go private.
Did we deal with this shit growing up? And we didn't know?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Everyone
either.
liked Eisenhower.
But did our teachers?
See, I'm joking.
Yes, you're an older man.
Did our teachers teach with an open mind, or did they have their own agenda? I don't remember.
It wasn't as lefty. I remember that.
You sure though?
I had plenty of
we didn't
fucking
care back then about
fucking
left,
Warhawk.
right,
Warhawk teachers.
It was patriotism back then.
Old, like, I didn't have young teachers. I never had like straight out of college teachers. From what I recall, they were all like older women. So I don't remember none of that shit.
Yeah,
it was always older school people.
It was patriotism.
Teaching shit. Yeah.
It wasn't the government is bad and terrible. It was say the Pledge of Allegiance and be a good citizen and
Yeah.
I think global warming was like the only lefty sort of thing I remember going on in school.
Oh really?
Yeah, I remember a little bit about that. Like, that was starting. It wasn't really as crazy as it is now.
To have this fucking woman pushing her dumb Obama agenda and lying to the kids about what they can and can't say and what the consequences will be, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, and if you didn't finish the clip on your own, she just gets worse.
I know. I can't wait to hear.
So, what you want to do? All right, we'll wait on the reporter slip up.
Yeah, let's.
I hear
we
this
should
is
get
really
to the
good.
rest of the.
All right, let's do the.
I want to hear the rest of that.
We played track 1 yesterday before Dice got here, right? Or before Mark Maron got here.
Yeah, it was Mark Maron.
So basically, what's the setup here again?
Well, there's a woman. She's a teacher, and I guess where was this? High school?
North Crackalaca.
Yeah, North Crackalaca, and she was talking about Obama and Romney. And, of course, she's bashing Romney.
About being a bully, right?
About being a bully, that bully
story. She had a fact of the day on the board that said that Romney admitted to being a bully in high school.
Fact of the day.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And then I think
like Q with the D?
Q with the D.
And then so a student had raised a point saying, hey, wasn't Obama...
Yeah, because in Obama's book, he talks about how he may have bullied somebody.
Yeah, so she just didn't like that.
Yeah, you will not disrespect the president in my classroom.
And instead of saying, yeah, I guess so, like instead of just giving the point, this dumb bitch keeps arguing and going, well, Obama's the president. He wants to be with Obama. She just had, I've never heard anybody with a worse argument continue with such vigor.
Horrible vigor.
Whoa.
Yes.
It was a horrible argument, and it was so biased. Because obviously she wants Obama to be president because he's black and she's black. I mean, like, come on, let's fucking be honest here.
Yeah, but
that's exactly what it is. And she's trying to push her dopey agenda to her classroom, and her students were fuckloads smarter than she is.
And at the very least, all right. If you're going to say that as a teacher, at least let your students fucking argue the point.
No, she
least
started
do
saying that you could go to jail.
At least do that, you know.
And who went to jail for? By the way, she said people used to go to jail for bad mouthing Bush. No, they didn't.
No one did.
Stupid.
No one did. You fucking dunce.
No one went to jail for bad mouthing Bush.
What a horrid teacher who should just be fired.
Yeah, she should be.
Well, here's part 2.
All right.
You do not disrespect the person of the United States.
I'm not disrespecting. I had a question. All I have was a question. You freaked out.
No, I told you, do not.
It was a question. It was a question.
I told you that twice. I said on the...
All I asked is, didn't Obama bully a girl in high school and you got on defense?
I said, oh, no, I didn't.
Who heard it? Come on, let's be serious.
Nobody's going to say nothing to you about
Could you pause for a minute? Because I just want to bring up a side thing here. Would you have ever spoken to a teacher like this growing up? No, I would never have. I'm listening to this like, who...
safe to say kids are assholes these days.
Wow.
They're a little different than when we were growing up. We notice when these interns come through, for the most part, they're fucking all entitled assholes.
And
they just expect everything handed to them.
The teacher would have laid into you, and then if the word got back to your parents that you were mouthing off to a teacher, you fucking...
Well,
they know they're taping it, too.
Well, and you can't correct anybody these days because then you're an asshole and you have an HR issue. So it's just, you just got to let everybody do what they do.
But this guy, but this kid at least has some intelligence.
Oh, he's got some gumption and he's got some facts.
Do you know on Red Eye last night, Greg pointed something out. He said it sounds like almost playful between them. Like, and Andy Levy might have said the same thing. He goes, it sounds like there was a weird, not an angry vibe. And I didn't pick that up. I picked it up like there was an argument. But he pointed out, he thought it was like kind of like they have that weird, like they maybe are comfortable with each other arguing. And I'm only just throwing that out there until we listen, because I didn't catch that either.
Yeah, so far I certainly didn't.
I'm saying this to you about, because you know what? You need to be in my other class instead of this class. Where? Need to be in this class. Because I'm going to tell you something now about me. As a teacher, I'm not supposed to allow you to disrespect the President of the United States. I'm not.
I didn't disrespect him. I was asking a question.
You do. You always do.
You know, I guess.
Oh my God!
I think as a teacher, you got to just make sure like there's no threat or something against the president, right?
Yeah.
But in a classroom, you should be able to speak your mind.
In a classroom, talking like that,
you should be able to disrespect the president if you have a different opinion.
Of course,
that's what America's all about. You stupid dummy.
And he wasn't even disrespecting. He was bringing up some points and shit that's been in the news and books. What the fuck is this? This woman's agenda is so fuck. She's blinded by her agenda.
Do you know what I say in moments like that? I'll go, yeah, what about amendment numero uno?
Yeah.
And that's how I say it.
Fucking teach her.
I have different beliefs.
You can have a different belief, but you were not disrespecting in here.
I wasn't disrespecting. I asked a question. You see, even he said it. I asked a question. The fact of the day says he was a bully in high school, but it doesn't say.
I said he could have been.
It just.
See, the thing about here, this man is running. Obama is already.
They're both men. They are right here, equal. Exactly. Yes, they are. They are equal.
Obama's president. Obama's the president. Romney is the president. We can't run.
But as men, they are equal.
But not as running as far as politics right now.
Oh my God!
What a dumb teacher. She's just dumb.
She's horrible. That little fucker should be teaching the class.
Yeah, she is an
they should
idiot.
Trade places.
Oh God! Why is she? What? That's what's teaching the children of this country.
Because that's probably what, like, figure like a 15-year-old kid.
Yeah.
And he's winning an argument against somebody who has a master's degree, or at least should or is supposed to have a master's degree, right, to be teaching.
Yeah.
Oh my God! That's what's teaching. We're so fucking doomed. We're so fucking doomed as a nation.
I'd like to have an open mind about our future.
Oh God! I just think we're doomed.
Here's the last part of the argument.
He's the president just like everybody else has been president before him. And he's going to be doing the same. He's doing the same as everybody.
Whenever Bush was in, everybody talked shit about Bush. Everybody did.
No, everybody was shitty.
And see? Everybody talked.
Because he was what?
Because he was shitty.
Oh,
really? Isn't that disrespecting?
Well, guess what? A lot of people think Obama's shitty.
You fucking piece of shit. Oh, God, do I hate this woman.
This is all about having an agenda.
Oh, yeah.
The fact is, okay, Bush, a lot of people think Bush was shitty. Well, guess what? A lot of people at this point think Obama was shitty.
Believe me, she's not going to defend George Bush
of course not.
As vigorously as she did Obama here. It's because she has an agenda, racially based.
See? Everybody talks shit about Bush. If you ever said, if you ever said anything bad about Bush while he was in office, say something.
Sit down a minute. Do you realize that people were arrested for saying things bad about Bush?
It doesn't matter, do
you realize you're not supposed to slander?
I'm not slandering.
The kid's not even close to that.
She said slender.
Slender. He's not. He's fucking. You're in a classroom in an open forum.
Talking about being arrested for talking bad about
I have
Bush.
no idea
Never
what
happened.
she's talking about.
No.
Never happened.
No. There had to be some kind of threat or something.
Al-Qaeda?
Right.
Some Al-Qaeda people that are in Guantanamo right now?
Right.
I'm wondering. I asked the question.
But I'm saying to you, you're not supposed to slander. People were arrested for saying derogatory things about Bush.
You would have to say some pretty effed up crap to get him to be arrested. Because they cannot take away your right to have your opinion or your freedom of speech. They can't take that away even if you, unless you threaten the president.
Sweetheart, did you know everybody thinks that when you're arrested, they're supposed to be able to read your rights to you, but they don't read your rights to you every time you're arrested. Did you know that? But did you know that though? No. Okay. Okay. So that's what I'm telling you. I'm saying that to you. I'm saying, yeah, some people did talk bad about Bush, but the thing about it is, he was the president of the United States, and there were people who were arrested or reprimanded for saying some things, for bad things.
She's like me when I got caught cheating, just talking in circles,
just trying your best.
Any president in here, yes, ma'am. Past or current.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. If that's the case, somebody could say some negative things about
all of them.
About the Tea Party.
There can be negative things about all of them. And there's a lot of that going on.
Kid's smart.
Yeah.
Oh, kid's very aware and smart.
Oh, that teacher
fucking
sucks. Load of shit, unqualified cunt.
At least her voice was nice.
Oh, yeah.
God.
You know how that argument must be to argue with her?
I don't know.
They won't release her name.
We know, of course. They say it on the tape.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why, you know, just protect the dumb.
Well, it's like the person who changed the Zimmerman audio on NBC.
Right,
They wouldn't release the name of that
not
person.
releasing the name.
Wonder why
of
not?
Course not. Of course not.
Fucking.
Society. We're doomed.
If you have it together as a teacher, kids don't talk to you like that. Chris, the teacher on Long Island, what's wrong with the kid fucking talking like that?
Like cursing and shit. That's pretty disrespectful.
Yeah, I mean, when I was
but
in
he's got
school,
a good
Oh
argument
my God,
going.
you didn't even think. Imagine
I couldn't be
dreaming
like,
of saying shit.
You were talking shit, and then the teacher was like, "Well, he was shitty." How
could
could that ever
imagine
happen?
that? If I said, "Hey, you were talking shit," what? First of all, you'd heard the whole classroom go, "Oh,"
yeah.
And then you'd have been fucking summarily sent to the principal's
by
office.
your ear.
Yeah,
back then it was by your ear.
Yes,
they can't touch it now.
Damn, or like you couldn't say,
No.
"Get the hell out of here with that." Whoa!
I think whoever said that on feedback probably, I think, has it right, because I remember having teachers where you could totally get away with talking like that, but then there was other teachers where you wouldn't even fucking think about it.
Yeah, I understand that. I guess it was a case-by-case basis. Some of our teachers we all know were cool, and you could pretty much,
Yeah, I mean, I had plenty of teachers where they could not command their classroom, and it was a fucking joke. And every day it was like having a sub.
There was a level of respect. Some teachers you could absolutely curse in class. I remember that. I mean, as long as there was you understood the respect.
I would always tell my teacher, "What's up, cumpballs?"
No, you wouldn't.
In junior high school, we had this English teacher, Mr. Bertone. Yeah, it's just a stupid name anyway. And we found out that his first name was Bernard. Yeah. So we would just sit there, dude, all day for like the entire school year, and we'd sit in the back because we're degenerates and go, "Bernie! Bernie!" And that's all we were doing. He would get so fucking mad. He'd get so mad.
I had one teacher, his last name was Weisberg, and she had a hearing aid, and
oh no,
I used to sit in the back of the room and quack like a duck, and watch her look around trying to figure out who was quacking.
Young hooligan.
Just
would just fuck up her hearing aid.
She'd look down at the book to read to us, and then wang, wang, wang. Bernie.
That's just like an inner city story.
Yeah, no kidding.
Right? We're talking about Blackboard Jungle. How did you make it out of there alive?
Yeah. Privileged youths.
Holy shit.
Let's go to David in North Carolina. David.
Hey, yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I'm 50, and if I can't imagine saying shit to a teacher during class. And the other thing, here in North Carolina, this is a right-to-work state. So she could get canned. The unions aren't as powerful down here.
Oh, really?
Okay. Yes. So she could, her ass could be gone.
Well, she should absolutely be fired.
Yeah.
But
she sounds like a dummy.
But the reason you called, you said that the kid said talk shit about. She said Bush wrong or something.
No, I was.
Oh yeah, your call's really boring. I thought you were going to talk about something else. All right, thank you, David.
Later.
I'm just fucking with you.
Yeah, she's an idiot.
What happens when you pay teachers less?
Wow.
Is that
than
it?
laborers?
Is that it?
And a lot of people can't imagine that you could curse in a classroom. Yeah, we all know we had at least one teacher you could get away with that. We definitely could.
I don't remember ever being able to get away with cursing? Like that without being just fucking sent away.
No, we had one cool teacher. He was the one that, it was nice outside. We had class outside, that type of dude.
Yeah?
Yeah, I forgot his name. But we absolutely could talk like that. We didn't really. But if one flew out, it was cool.
No, never.
We should break and let trains folks set up.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, can we play the reporter slip up?
Yeah, real quick.
Real quick? And do you got the So Many Ways to Die in New York City?
Yes.
Oh, good. I kind of like that bit. That goes way back. I don't know this reporter.
Well, yeah, I didn't want to write. We felt that writing what the flub was on the disc would ruin it for everybody.
Cool. Let's just play it then.
Now, there was a fourth Gibb brother, Andy Gibb, who had a solo singing career. He died of heart failure at the age of 30. Robin Gibb was 62. We're live at Madison Square Garden tonight. Lucy Yang, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
Well, Lucy, thank you. Many of you.
Is that because she's Asian or
fart failure?
Well, she is Asian though. Was she trying to say heart?
I have a fart failure.
Fart failure.
Now, there was a fourth Gibb brother, Andy Gibb, who had a solo singing career. He died of heart failure at the age of 30. Robin.
What a fucking dunce.
That's fucking hilarious. Nice to know I'm going to live a long life.
Fart failure.
Now, there was a fourth Gibb brother, Andy Gibb, who had a solo singing career. He died of heart failure at the age of 30.
Fart failure is when you shit your pants.
Fart failure. Yeah, that's definitely fart failure.
That's funny, man. We'll play that another 10 times today. Fuck it. All right, we got Train at 7:30, doing a couple songs from their new album, California 37, and hopefully, I don't know, maybe a Zeppelin song if everyone's cool with that. Yeah. A lot of people say that they do Zeppelin really well. So, Train next, I guess, but first this.
And I am sick and tired of New York taking the blame in this country for the crime problem. Whenever you read a fact chart, it always says Detroit leads the world in rape and murder and everything else, but New York takes the blame. New York's a cesspool. It's a cesspool of filth and crime. We're moving. Hey, I just moved here 4 years ago, and I'm not leaving because this is the most exciting place in the world to live. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there are so many ways to die in New York City. Come on. Race riots, drive-by shootings, subway crashes, construction cranes collapsing on the sidewalks, manhole covers blowing up, and asbestos shooting into the sky. We had a subway crash. 5 people died. The next day they found out the driver was drunk and hooked on crack. It's Disneyland. Looked like a ride, doesn't it? Your driver today is Edward. He's drunk and hooked on crack. The man sitting next to you has a loaded 9mm. Good luck, folks. Honey, get the camera out. This is going to be fucking great. Yeah. I love living in New York, man. And people who live in New York, we wear that fact like a badge right on our sleeve because we know that fact impresses everybody. I was in Vietnam. So what? I live in New York. Really? Yeah, because New York teaches you to live life the way it should be lived, moment to moment. Yes, because every moment in New York could be your last. Oh, yeah, yeah. You could be walking down the street tomorrow, feeling good about yourself, drink-free, drug-free, looking forward to the future. And somebody accidentally nudges their poodle off a 75th floor ledge. Boink! And he's headed for the ground at 175,000 miles per hour. And kerchunk, he's embedded in your head. You're dead on contact. The headline in the Post the next day reads, "Man killed by best friend." People cut the article out and they laugh about it at the office, and you're forever remembered as the Poodle Man. I knew the Poodle Man, and he hated fucking poodles. New York teaches you to live life moment to moment, and street to street, and beat to beat. Because we've all played that street-to-street game in New York, haven't we? Yes, we have. Good block, bad block. Woo. Good block, bad block. Gun block, crack block. Asbestos block. Poodle block, poodle block. Because most people think life sucks and then you die. I disagree. I think life sucks, then you get cancer. Then you go into chemotherapy, you lose all your hair, you feel bad about yourself. Then all of a sudden the cancer goes into remission, you come out, you look good, you feel good, you're going great. All of a sudden you have a stroke, you can't move your right side. And one day you step off the curb at 68th by Lincoln Center and bang, you get hit by a bus and then maybe you die.
Hey, this is Dennis Leary here. I listen to the Opie and Hey, this is Dennis Leary here. I listen to the Opie and Hey, this is Dennis Leary here, and I listen to the Opie and Anthony show every day. Yeah, right.
Sirius XM. This is the Opie and Anthony show.
I know this song. I don't know if Ant's a fan.
No.
Good morning, E-Rock. Why the Pearl Jam?
Well, Pearl Jam will be co-headlining with Jay-Z for his Made in America festival in Philly.
Jay-Z. Did he say Jay-Z?
He did say
did.
Christ and Pearl Jam.
Jesus.
Oh, sorry. Jay-Z.
Very good. We got Train outside the studio. We can do some music today. I like this. We're all set up, too. There's a drum box over there. I've never seen that before. I'm more than amazed by the drum box.
I don't know what that is.
Have you seen one of those before?
No.
Should we get the guys in? What are they doing out there?
Yeah, we bring them in.
Yeah, why not? Have them come in.
Yeah.
Say hi. Let them settle in.
Come on, fam.
We also got Slash a little later today.
Yeah. I'm downloading his record as we speak.
Are you really?
Oh.
Yeah, I haven't heard anybody's new stuff yet.
What is that? Like the future? What you do there?
That's all I need. I don't need that.
That's all you need.
I don't need this shit.
I don't think so.
All right. All right.
You are tuned up.
Good morning.
What's up, man?
It's early, isn't it?
How is everybody?
We're good. We get up early.
Yeah.
Do you get up early usually? They're moving chairs around.
Pepper's getting settled in.
Yeah. Where's the rest of the guys?
I don't know.
Is it early for you? Did you just wake up?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is like probably a nightmare. This is probably like the middle of the night for you, right?
Nah, we're kind of used to it these days.
Yeah.
These years.
These years. That's Jimmy, by the way.
How you doing?
I find it very hard to sing in the morning.
That's Jimmy. That's Jimmy.
That's the hard. You know, it's
Very
it's
difficult
easy to, wake
to
up and play guitar.
Yeah, you got like morning voice and you try to sing and it's just impossible.
Right.
Yeah. I know that, being a singer.
Sounds off.
Being a singer and all.
If you want me to sign your arm so you can tat it up, let me know. Let me know.
So far, we got Jimmy in studio from Train.
I'm on it.
New album's California 37, man.
Isn't it acoustic out? I was just playing acoustic today.
We're just playing acoustic.
Okay.
Yeah. We can't afford to bring the whole band in with us.
Yeah, there's no room in here anyway. This stupid box studio.
We used to have a real nice big studio. We would have been able to do that a couple of years ago. Not anymore.
No.
We can't even move in here now that we have a few pieces of equipment.
This is cozy.
It's cozy? Yeah, I guess. Some would say.
Cozy.
We like to call it cramped.
Oh,
It sucks.
Yeah.
Our little room. All right. What, they moved the couch a little bit?
What's up, man? Come on in.
I guess everybody's coming in.
Come on in.
It's a real party.
Hey, guys.
What's happening?
Hi, man. How you
What's up,
doing?
Scott? What's up, Pat?
How you
doing?
How you doing?
How are you guys?
They're actually coming in.
Are you kidding me? We're very excited.
No problemo. We're going into the corner there. Try to get set up.
We don't really know.
Sort of awkward.
What?
Just, we're sitting here and they're setting up. You can't really get into something, but
They're kind of talking among themselves. This is very strange.
Yeah.
They're not officially sitting down. I don't even know if they know we're talking about them right
They're
now.
debating who they want to do this. They're like, I'm not sure.
They're 8 feet away from us, and I don't think they know we're talking about them.
I don't know.
They're trying to figure out what songs to play. Hey, man.
Hey. Discussing that.
What's up?
I love this.
What time do you guys get up every day?
4:30. God, that's when I start rolling around.
Sucks.
Up by 4:45.
Hate it.
Not cool, right?
Not cool.
Yeah, you never get used to getting up this early.
It stinks.
It's horrible. We've been doing it for 8 years, and it's we're not used to it.
It's uncivilized.
It is, right? This is real early for you guys, right?
No
It's got to be kind of like the middle of the night.
We're like we just got back from Europe, so
Wow.
We're still jet lagged.
When did you get back from Europe?
California. Right there.
Yeah, talking.
And then flew here, so.
Wow. That's
One of the
jet lag.
greatest television moments of all time you got to be in, man.
Which one?
You were great in it. The poker scene. In
Oh, yeah.
Oh, thanks, man.
Hilarious. Oh, fucking A, yeah.
We just rerun that all the time.
Oh, with Rick Chrome about
like after the heartfelt, you know.
all about being the word faggot. Yeah, yeah, that was great. Gay people like that too. That got like a really good response from the gay community. Love that Louis addressed that at least.
It's an amazing scene.
It's an amazing.
The laughs are there. There's a message there.
It's so funny.
It's all over
And
the
then
place
at the end,
in a good
the
way.
message is just.
Fuck you.
And that actually came from a Comedy Cellar discussion. We were at a table at the Comedy Cellar, Rick Chrome, myself, Louis. We were just talking about something, and that word came up, and Rick just started talking about that origin or whatever, and then fucking Louis just writes it into a scene. It's really depressing that he was that smart to do that.
More importantly, Pat knows Jim Norton.
Yes, we've met
No, I know. We were in the lobby talking one day. So you guys are tired? You just got back from Europe? When?
I don't remember. Don't even remember.
It's been about 10 days.
The life of a rock star.
Does it just become a blur when you're on the road?
Yes.
It does, right?
Yeah, man.
Are you the type of guys that get out there and try to see the cities, or are you done with that?
We don't really have time, man. You know, the thing is that what we've discovered is that when we have time, that means that the record's not doing as well as we were hoping that it would. It's like, yeah, you guys should probably go see the sights.
Meaning not as many interviews and meet and greets.
There's 6 people at the show, and yeah, it gets weird.
I don't think you have to worry about that. You guys are good still.
Do you obsess over ticket sales still?
Totally.
You do, right?
I'm a wreck. I don't ask until like it's time to like.
So every morning.
I need to be depressed about something. Go ahead and give it to me.
Do you find out that morning, or do you wait till you get there and you can just hear the murmur in the venue? There's nothing worse than walking into a comedy club and you hear like 2 individuals chatting, and you're like, oh, I forgot this is Houston, not my market.
He had a meltdown, and I think we were heading to Munich or something, and you were so bummed out because, I think it was Berlin. Because you had heard the ticket sales weren't doing
Our
well.
tour manager has a way of giving me information from 3 months ago.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I think it's not good today. Like, oh, that's a bummer. And then it's like, oh, yeah, so I guess there's like 3 tickets left when you get get
Right.
So you spend the whole week super depressed, and then... So that's good.
Yeah.
We're looking for a new tour manager if you know anybody.
Yeah, I don't blame you. He needs to update that.
Yeah, believe me, that's how Kenny is too. The guy outside, he's my road manager, and it's the same thing. You know, so hey, how's it look tonight? And instead of like giving me the news a little bit, like, well, you know, it could be a little better. It's not good. It's not good. They're not happy at all. Thanks.
They're not happy at all.
Yeah.
He's doom and gloom. We're
he's the worst.
We're working on him, but
They really would like some of their money back.
right.
They're complaining, and he tells me everything they said. It's like, I appreciate the spirit of honesty, but Jesus Christ, they're complaining.
You got to throw through a few filters.
Oh, it's awful.
Just a few, man.
Yeah, the guy wants a piece of money back. I've heard that before. It's like I
Really?
yeah, it's like I get it.
I've heard that too, man. We've played like I remember this. We did the show in New Orleans on Halloween, and it rained, and it was the first time they ever tried this festival. It was such a bust, and they had like 30 bands, and everybody was expensive, and they just bailed on paying people, and they skipped town on people. It was a strange thing.
Did you get your money eventually?
And they were like, you don't have to play today. You don't have to play today because once you choose not to play, then you don't have to get paid. And yeah.
Did you play?
We did.
Of course.
I think now that festival is a success, right? The
I don't
Voodoo
know.
Fest in New Orleans. I think they still do it.
Right.
But it's for 30 bands, and you guys, and it tanks. At least you're one of, like, I don't mind if I'm one of a group that tanks.
Totally. Yeah, right.
But it's when it's just my name out there, and it's fucking half. It's like, oh, there's no one to blame, and they're trying to make you feel better.
But there's always a sense that, yeah, this festival's awful, but your day's the worst. It's like there's always the extra.
Right.
But it is your fault in the end.
Yeah, I mean, we feel like, I'm responsible because technically it's my job to sell tickets.
Yeah.
But then they make you like, oh, no, well, there's another thing going on in town. It's like this codependent relationship the promoter tries to make you to keep you from fucking committing suicide before the show.
Exactly.
But you get through it, right?
Yeah, you get through it. You plow through, and you just fucking go on to the next. There's certain markets you guys are going to that you know are not as good for you as other ones.
Usually, like on August 27th, we're at Center Stage Summer Stage in Central Park. And I think they put the tickets up for October instead. So everybody was like, oh, I think I'm just going to wait on buying that, because usually New York and New Jersey are our best markets. So I know that we're trying to turn that around and remind everybody it's August 27th and not October.
Why would they? Who would stand outside the park in October to watch a show? That doesn't sound right.
That's probably why they didn't sell as many tickets as they thought that they would.
Yeah, it's probably you're off by 60 days.
Yeah. Oh, I don't have a jacket for that.
Well, the new record's called California 37, man. What can you tell us about it? What do you want?
California 37 is a highway. I used to live in Petaluma. I have a place now in the Presidio in San Francisco, but California 37 was a stretch of highway that would take us to one another's homes. Scott was in Mill Valley and Jimmy was in downtown San Francisco. And also to take you to wine country. And we make wine. We have a Saving San Francisco wine company now. And
do you really?
We're just trying to bring a little bit of San Francisco to people. And we also started to make chocolate just recently with Ghirardelli, who's a San Francisco chocolate company. So we just
I guess you forgot. I guess you forgot our samples today.
Yeah, we forgot those samples.
Yeah.
Man,
wine and chocolate. That sounds good.
I have a list of people to send wine to, and I call it the disappointment list. Like, everybody's so disappointed in us. Oh, so the wine, it's not here, is it? Yeah. So sorry about that.
San Francisco is a great city. It really is. I love going out there every once in a while. I've been out there twice, the Alcatraz and all that shit. I'm sure you guys don't go to Alcatraz, though.
Yeah, right?
That's like us. I've never been to the Statue of Liberty.
I kind of go every time I can. Put the little headphones on. Yeah,
take the audio tour.
Great. It's a fun tour.
It really
I went to San Quentin. We were out there.
Jealous of that.
We got an email from a guy who was a fan. He was a guard in San Quentin. He knew I was coming out, and he said, if you and Kenny want to take a tour of San Quentin, I'll take you. But there was a chickenpox outbreak in one of the main... I mean, we went into the prison. It wasn't a tourist tour. This was just a guard who went, all right, come on. And he walked us into where the...
Got sexually assaulted?
We literally could have. I mean, if they wanted to rape me, it was 100% doable.
Oh, all right.
And literally, they would have had to stop at their own mercy. We were in the area with the convicts.
Wow.
But because it was a chickenpox outbreak, I couldn't go into the main cell block. Because I haven't had the chickenpox. I'm boring everybody, including myself.
Were you kind of bummed that you were unrapeable? Like, no.
Yeah. They weren't even trying.
I just wanted the excuse. Hey, it wasn't my fault. I came, but it was a defense.
Yeah. I don't think you're boring people. That's cool.
Yeah, it was
Most people don't get to do that.
It was a very, very fun tour. And we were sitting in the yard. They said where the Mexican gangs hang out, and they said if there was not this chickenpox outbreak, you would not be allowed to sit here because it would be on. They're very, very segregated, obviously. In prison.
And you were there to do a show?
I was in San Francisco doing the Cobb's Comedy Club. So we went to.
And they let you do like a special tour.
Just me and Kenny, and we went.
Wow, dude, that's really cool.
We got to the door of death row. I got photos in front of death row, but they wouldn't let us.
You feel death row, right? When you're in those prisons, it's very dark, isn't it?
We didn't get to go upstairs. We were standing in front of the entrance to death row, and there's fruit flies. What I remember the most, it was fruit flies all over. It was hot, not very air conditioned. It smelled bad. It's like what an awful, awful place.
We did a show once on. Alcatraz Island. I'm so tired. Sorry.
Oh,
wow. We did a show there with Bare Naked Ladies a long time ago. And so while we were there, we did all of our interviews in the prison cells. And it felt real weird. Not fun. Like, wow, this is cool, dude. Check it out. It was like, we got to get out of here soon.
Yeah, it's claustrophobic, right?
Well, then it's
weird energy.
You can feel the whole spirit behind the thing is really dark.
Did you go in the yard at all? I went into the yard because I wanted to sit in the.
Is that where you performed in the yard?
I think we played like just outside the yard.
Okay. Yeah, that yard is creepy too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Not playing in Alcatraz. That's cool.
That's a great gig.
That's a great gig. I want to see like the stuff at Alcatraz they don't allow you to go to. All those weird tunnels that have the fucking ropes up and shit. You saw some of that?
Yeah, we went down into these like they looked like torture chambers. They were like dungeons down, just like
no one gets
carved
to see
out
that.
of rock. You know, it's not even like a built room. It was just like they chipped away rock caves and put guys in there.
Oh, man.
That's where you would go in like 1915 when you did something inappropriate and they just get the shit beat out of you. Yeah, they had those little rooms where, you were in
There was a movie once with
Yeah.
Kevin Bacon, I think, was in it. It was a really good movie. And it was
Footloose?
about that. No, yeah, Footloose.
Yeah, that was a good one, bro.
What was the movie?
I can't remember the name of it, but it was about that whole thing, about the kind of dark side of Alcatraz and those holes down there that they used to put people in. Because they were illegal, I think, back then, so they weren't supposed to. The governor would go out there and try and nail them on it, and then it was very hidden.
I want to say I saw some of those rooms. It might have been in San Quentin. They might have had the same things. It's also like an old school. But I can remember being walked into, Kenny would remember, it was a downstairs area where there's cells that they don't even have bars on them anymore. It's just like they're kind of gutted out. Or maybe that was Alcatraz. I don't remember.
That sounds like Alcatraz.
Yeah, it sounds like Alcatraz.
Maybe it was.
Hey, isn't that where Scott Peterson is in San Quentin?
Oh,
hey. I know Sirhan. Sirhan is there.
The Night Stalker's there, isn't he?
Richard Ramirez, yeah,
Richard
he's
Ramirez,
there.
yeah.
And Peterson might be there, but that was the ward we couldn't get into. Like when you first walk in, there's a giant, like a nice yard.
Wow.
And to the left. But it is, yeah. It's like a little common area. It feels like, but there's no prisoners. And to the left is where they said all the high profile guys are.
Yeah.
And I guess Manson still on San Quentin? I think Manson's still on San Quentin. Too.
Is he?
They moved him.
Did they?
They did?
Yeah.
To where?
He's like in Fulton or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There's been so much talk about getting rid of San Quentin, moving it to Bakersfield or somewhere, because the real estate that prison is on.
Yeah.
Is like worth billions.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah.
I mean, when you take the ferry from, I forget that little town right there. There's a ferry that leaves, and you go into the city. You can see the guys out playing hoop and stuff like that, and they're just all watching the ferry. That's got to be torture.
Oh, man, right? You just
God.
wave to them. Yeah, hey, freedom. This is what freedom looks like.
Everyone just having a good time.
Felt good when you were doing it, didn't it?
Yeah.
Now you're doing it every day.
On Alcatraz, they said they could sometimes smell the smells of San Francisco, like the food, all the outdoor stuff.
Well, they could hear people having fun at the yacht club. I remember that from the audio tour, and that used to drive them nuts. They'd be in their cells in the middle of the night, lonely, and hear like women and just fucking fun.
Everybody laughing.
Yeah, yeah, man. I didn't realize how close it was to San Francisco.
Yeah,
people would just take loops around, Alcatraz with their yachts and sailboats while these guys are just doing hard time. Can you imagine?
That's not where you want to be with your chick, though. Like, what if the boat hits the rocks and you get stuck there? Fucking nice line behind her.
Golden Gate Bridge, just because you guys are guys, we had the guy in that did the suicide documentary.
Oh,
you guys heard about that, right?
bridge?
Where they set up cameras for, I think, 2 years and caught how many, Jimmy? A couple dozen, maybe?
Yeah.
At least a couple dozen guys and girls committing suicide, and he did a whole documentary on it.
Wow. And then did they interview them before they, or was it just
no,
showing them?
They weren't available after.
They claimed that they set up these cameras to do a traffic thing, but they were catching jumpers. And you could see them jumping and hitting the water and everything.
And some were far away.
Some were
like little dots.
And then some they would like zoom way in on as they're contemplating it and getting up on the rail. It's the craziest thing ever, man.
Yeah, it was.
I don't think I could watch that.
It's a little morbid, but really fascinating. And then the one guy we did interview that survived.
There was one guy that jumped
and survived, and he's fine. Like he's completely fine. Yeah.
And didn't he say that when the second he left the bridge,
he realized
he regretted it? Because you never get to talk to anybody after they jump,
right?
But the second he let go, he was like, "Oh,
like, fuck, why did I just do that?" But he's lucky to tell his story.
See, I'm way more into other documentaries. Like, we just shot this music video for 50 Ways to Say Goodbye the other day, and the kid Mark, who directed it, also made a documentary called Bears. And bears are large men that that love little men.
Yes,
and that's way more up my alley as far as documentary.
Literally,
he never literally he never released it. And I was like, well, how come you never released it? He goes, because I was like in a dark phase of my life. Like, I think he was doing it to capture like this, because they have beauty contests and there's like a lot to the culture.
Beauty contest.
There's a lot to the culture.
Twinks, right? Bears and twinks.
Bears and cubs.
Oh, cubs. All
yeah,
right.
Cubs.
I'm sure some bears like twinks, but I think the majority.
What's the difference between a twink and a?
See, this would be a cub, and then that's a twink.
Wait, what's a twink?
He used to be a twink.
A twink is a slender.
He got too hairy over the years to be a twink anymore.
A sleight of frame gentleman. It's probably considered a more effeminate, slim guy in the gay community. Like Sam is built like a twink, but he doesn't act like one. but he's got the build like one.
And what's a cub then?
I don't know exactly. I know
Seems like it's the same thing.
I think it's a little guy that likes bears.
Yeah, I don't know if cub has a look or if it's just a preference.
Yeah, we saw that other documentary on bears with what's his name? The guy that was living with the bears.
Oh,
You
that
ever
was
see
the
that
best,
one?
yeah.
Oh, that thing
is
Grizzly Man.
Grizzly Man.
that was crazy.
That's an amazing documentary.
Seeing those bears recognize them after that.
Right.
Yeah.
And the sheriff was so happy he bought it. He's like, I think the Bears had enough of Timothy Treadwell. The sheriff really was thrilled that he got his head lopped off.
It turned out he just stayed late and allowed the brown bears to come in that he didn't know as much about. Yeah, he really knew bears, but then he chanced it.
Yeah,
He
there's a
screwed
few,
up, yeah.
The bears would dive really deep for the salmon, and he thought that was really cool, but he didn't realize that when they dive really deep, it means there's less food on the surface.
And they
so
get a
they're
little
going
more
farther
desperate.
Right.
So they start looking at you like, fuck, I'm going to eat you someday.
Is that right?
What if we should cover any more murder and death before the first song? Covering some morbid
Actually, the song
documentaries.
is called Murder and Death, so it's working out great.
You guys want to play something?
Sure, man. What do you, should we
Do
play
you need
the,
waters?
the
If you need
single
waters, we
first?
got 'em.
Yeah, I think so. Just to introduce everybody to the album California 37. It's Train.
Cool. That sounds great, Jimmy.
Yeah, ready? Here we go.
On the other side of the street I knew stood a girl that looked like you. I guess that's deja vu, but I thought this can't be true, cause you moved to West LA or New York or Santa Fe or wherever to get away from me. Oh, but that one night was more than just right. I didn't leave you, cause I was all through. Oh, I was overwhelmed and frankly scared as hell, because I really fell for you. Oh, I swear to you, I'll be there for you. This is not a drive-by, just a shy guy looking for a two guy. Helps you back to home. I love when you move me. Everything is groovy. They don't like it, sue me. The way you do me. Oh, I swear to you, I'll be there for you. This is not a drive-by. On the upside of a downward spiral, my love for you went viral, and I loved you every mile you drove away. But now here you are again, so let's skip to how you been and get down to the more than friends at last. Oh, but that one night was still the highlight. I didn't need you until I came to, and I was overwhelmed and frankly scared as hell, because I really fell for you. Oh, I swear to you, I'll be there for you. This is not a drive-by, just a shy guy looking for a two-fly. Helped you back to home. I love when you move me. Everything is groovy. They don't like it, sue me. The way you do me. Oh, I swear to you, I'll be there for you. This is not a drive-by. Please believe that when I leave, there's nothing up my sleeve but love for you and a little time to get my head together too. On the other side of the street I knew stood a girl that looked like you. I guess that's deja vu, but I thought this can't be true, cause oh, I swear to you, I'll be there for you. This is not a drive-by, just a shy guy looking for a two-fly. Helps you back to home. I love when you move me. Everything is groovy. They don't like it, sue me. The way you do me. Oh, I swear to you, I'll be there for you. This is not a drive-by.
Wow. Wow. Train off the new album California 37 Drive-By. How do you get your voice to
great,
sound
man.
like that in the morning? Are you kidding me?
Thanks.
That's great.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
I just got lucky, man. I don't know why.
Is it harder to sing in front of 6 or 7 people than it is in front of a? I know for a stand-up, it's much harder to do in front of a small group.
When you can like see faces,
eye contact. Yeah.
I just want to think of everybody as like a dude I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
And when it's a lot.
I was purposely looking down, so you didn't have to see my face.
You know, it's weird.
I just want to let you know
small
that.
crowd, when you see the faces, you can see the one guy that's not into it.
Yeah.
Or,
you know?
or like, see, my problem, like I've had a therapist for a long time. I'm never going to get over this problem. I make everyone's reactions personally about me.
Oh, man.
So if you're discussing something like, this fucking song is amazing, dude! Oh, man! This is the greatest time I ever had. What I see is, this band is so stupid. How could they for 1 second think that we would come here to listen when we were just coming here to make fun of them?
Right.
That's the story.
Wow.
That is
so
something.
awful.
Yeah,
Where does that come from?
I don't know, man. It just
from being an entertainer and
brothers
having a
and
complete
sisters
lack of
tormenting
self-confidence,
I
like
guess.
every entertainer has.
Lacking. It's awful, man. I wish I could. And I yelled at this kid. So awful.
Oh no!
From the
What did you do?
stage.
I just got weird at our video shoot. I saw that happening, and then afterwards I was like, hey, kid, man, thanks a lot, man, thanks. That was inspiring for you to, like, hang out with your buddy and make fun of us the whole time. And then all the other people were like,
Oh, man.
And then
Whole place got silent.
Scott had to save me, and he was like, he was just kidding, dude. And I was like, yeah, I'm just kidding. And then everybody was like, oh, man.
Oh, he's a
that was
kidder.
the worst 30 seconds of my life.
Wow. Earlier, he insulted the sound guys.
Yeah.
And told them to get a new job because they were terrible at this one, and they
It's
should
like,
consider a new career.
I don't want you to take
so in
this
order
personally.
To
Take it professionally. You need to do something else.
in order to save you on that one,
Yeah.
5 minutes later, I insulted them worse from stage.
Yeah.
And I just told them there's the Best Buy down the road that's got a job application.
Wow, were they really bad?
Yeah, they were.
By
really
the time, even at the
They
end,
were really bad.
but it was still like, what am I doing? Like, these are kids.
Because he's got a microphone, so it sounds like God's talking to the
Yeah.
whole room. You know what I mean? He
Yeah.
now
It was
he's on
just
the
bad.
microphone. You two 22-year-old punks suck. You know?
No, I thought if you're doing a video shoot,
was
you have
like,
the right to want it to sound
no,
good.
There was no. I just was turning into the guy I used to be when I drank. Like, you know how you have friends who are like kind of cutting, and then when they drink, and then it's just the funny's gone, and it's just
There's
mean.
no funny left.
That's
It's
the way
just
I would
angry.
Just anger.
I'm the same way, but I'm still 100% on your side. Fuck those sound guys. I'm glad you did what you did.
I kind of like when he does it. So
I don't feel.
Makes
good
it
about
fun, right?
yeah, it's cathartic. it gets my anger out.
I kind of can relate to that a little bit.
Like, you know where he's great? He doesn't do it anymore, but on flights, you know, when people are rude on planes and they get on their cell phones, they're talking loud or whatever, or they get out of their seat behind you and get right in your space in the aisle when you're getting your bags and stuff. Pat used to give him hell, man, and I'd get all of my anger out, like my dad issues, my mom, all of it came out through you, dude. Thank you.
I would do things like if somebody was on an escalator or in an elevator on their phone talking really loud, I would pick up my phone and face them and go, I know, Bob, exactly how you feel. And then they would go like, oh, I just was so uncomfortable. And then like other times, kids would kick the back of my chair on a plane. And I would turn around and look at the parent and go, here, I'll do it. Hey, kid, your parent is supposed to tell you not to kick my chair. Obviously, they don't know how to do that, so I'm going to do it. This isn't cool, and you're not supposed to do that.
Good for you.
There, how'd that work out for you guys? Good now? And then they would keep doing it. The parent would go back to reading their magazine or whatever. But
fucking rule.
it's just that's about me. Like, if I could just let it go, it would be way better.
I like it that way.
I can't.
I love it
wish
that
I
way.
could.
Do you ever feel guilty about it? Like when you really...
I feel
Every time.
instantly like awful.
He's like the guy who jumped off the bridge.
Yeah, the second guy who jumped off the bridge. Oh shit!
Shouldn't have done that.
Wow.
Well, have you ever not done it and felt worse that you didn't do it?
No, because my dad would always say, no, there's not a lot of people out there regretting what they didn't say. You know, because he gave me the gene, the speak out and regret it later gene.
Oh, okay. He's one of those outspoken guys.
Well, you know, he just he called it El Concho Grande, where he would drink and then the next day his conscience would not let him reflect on what he did in the past because it was too heavy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Anyway.
Would he remember it or no?
He would pretend he didn't.
Oh, yeah.
So we would all walk around like, oh, my God. And he'd be like, oh, everybody cool?
Did you have a story about him where you were a little kid, you were at the top of the stairs, and you saw him kind of drunk trying to put his shoes on?
His friend was... his friend was like on the 6th step, and I was up top, like seeing who came over. And I see him like bend over to tie his shoe, and then boom, just keep going right into the closet at the bottom of the stairs.
What's better than someone falling down the steps?
There's nothing better than that. It was great. Even then, I was like, yes, this is amazing.
How long did you quit drinking?
Like 15 years
ago.
Okay. I had babies real young, and was like, I got to figure out if I'm going to be able to be a parent or a really good drinker.
Yeah. What'd you figure out? Good parent?
I'm neither, I realized. I didn't realize that I could quit drinking and still be a shitty dad. But I'm able.
How much better is the traveling, though, when you're not drinking? It's like just to be able to get up in the morning, not be vomiting, and get on a plane, like at least you're clear.
I was just mad at everybody. I was mad at everybody that I wasn't successful. And you would pay for it when I was drinking.
Wow,
like, what did I do, man? I was just hanging out here, Be like, you know what you did.
Did you have a curve where, like, it was really fun for the first couple of drinks, and then
that's the best.
And it's like, he's going over the line.
Yeah,
there it is.
And you could feel the line. Be like, oh, here it goes, everybody. And then now I watch my family, and I love them so much, but none of them should drink.
Really?
It's very Jekyll and Hyde. They're like the greatest people in the world, and then all of a sudden, you add alcohol, and it's like, whoa. I don't want 5 minutes with that.
Everybody's angry.
It's so weird, Like, and when I see people have a glass of wine and they're like, "Oh I'll say see you later, see you next week when I have another glass of wine." Like, I'm like, who does that?
What's that about?
Why would you want to purple your teeth up for nothing?
Yeah, when you could ruin some relationships.
Right.
Really fuck shit up.
What's one glass of wine for? Either fucking do it or don't. It's irritating.
Are you like that?
Oh God, yeah. I stopped when I was 18.
Oh really? Oh,
I was a very naughty boy. Yeah, very, very naughty, melodramatic.
Imagine what would have. Are you from Boston? Where are you from?
Jersey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I would have probably killed myself. I was like one of those,
drama queen.
Oh, I was the
you were really
worst.
fucking
just a douche.
Yeah.
You guys know each other that long?
No, I just heard all the fucking stories.
At this point, we know each
I
other.
might as well just have known him back then.
Yeah.
Anthony, however, is one of those guys who can drink a lot. And but doesn't turn into an asshole. He's a very rare case of a guy who's loud.
Cool. I get a little loud,
but I'm all
about fun.
Jimmy can drink and either get buzzed or not, and totally keep it together, and he's totally got that gene where he can work it out. Scott, not so much.
Yeah. I don't know what happens to me. I quit drinking over 2 years ago.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, but I'm a little ambivalent about it these days.
Oh, yeah, really?
I don't know if I want to be sober.
Yeah.
But, that's a cliche, I think. That's a sober guy cliche. Like, I'm not really a drunk, you know what I mean? So,
yeah.
But life's been way better since I stopped.
Yeah, that's what happens after a couple of years sometimes. Yeah, hit a wall. Yeah, is this all there is?
Yeah, really?
Yeah, and then they do a little more digging. And if not, well...
So what do you do in that case?
Well, there's, steps you can take and measures you can take and stuff like that, I guess.
True.
Pat, you miss the drinking at all?
No, I miss smoking weed.
Yeah.
Because when people, like especially when we're in San Francisco where we started out and we're at the Fillmore, like we just did 5 or 6 shows in San Francisco to bring the new record in. It's the best weed in the world. I don't know where they get it, but it always smells like heaven. And but my personality doesn't handle that well either. I don't know. I just get awful on that stuff, too.
So what did you replace it with? What do you do now?
Well, I was running a lot, but I think food is going to be my new thing. Yeah. I really like to eat. And I just, my wife is like, oh, I wish I knew you, and I wish we could have a glass of wine together. I'm like, yeah, you would wish that for one glass of wine. And so she's never tried pot in her whole life. And so she's like, if you ever decide to do that, I better be the one you do it with. So, But I can't. I just, I've been successful as this guy, and I was very unsuccessful as the other guy.
Yeah, it's not worth it. When I watch people getting fucked up and just wrecking everything, I'm like, oh, I'm so like they're the best to watch it. Like comics I know who start at like 8 o'clock and they're like fun and charming. Like yeah, all right. And then by fucking the second show on a Saturday, they're just fucking repetitive pigs. It's like, oh, shut up! You're bombing. You don't even know it. No, it's great. Yeah, I love to watch those guys really go into the tank by the end of the night because they fucking show me like, wow, I would be that embarrassing asshole.
Yeah,
if I was doing it again. So I'm glad I'm not.
Yeah, it's a very genetic. I think all that stuff. You know, I'm an Irish kid from Pennsylvania, and that's just the way that whole thing works, man. It just does.
I found that switching to internet pornography really helped.
You know, I got that.
There was something else
going on. There's all kinds of good sites to go to.
People in our age group don't know how to handle it as well. I mean, you guys are younger than I am, but it's like if you're under 20, you grew up with constant and instant technology. Right. But I remember having to, it sounds stupid, but to go get a magazine or to wait. So now that you can have it in the fucking palm of your hand, so to speak.
Yeah, literally, yeah.
How do you resist it?
You know, it's almost, it almost takes the fun out of it, though. You know, it's like,
if I was a kid, though, in this day and age, it would put the fun right into it.
Yeah.
It was so frustrating to try to find some kind of fucking stimulation back then.
Yeah.
You know, a magazine, old pile of magazines you tripped over in the woods covered by leaves.
Yeah.
It was like finding gold doubloons.
I knew where my dad kept his magazines from like the early '60s.
Oh boy.
You know, these old Playboys.
Those must have been some lookers.
And you'd sneak one out, you know, and use it, and then you'd have to put it back like exactly how it was, so he wouldn't figure it out. But he probably hadn't looked at him in 20 years.
Jimmy, you've been jerking off again.
I think there was an article just recently about, I think it was titled America Without Daydreamers, meaning that now kids don't even look out the window and like imagine things anymore because there's a television in their car. You know, there's constant entertainment, so there's not time to be creative inside your little brain and wonder what else is capable, or possible.
Well, did that guy from Google, Schmidt, just say, hey, turn your phones off for an hour a day? Like, using something like commencement speech or something. He's like, just turn your phones off for an hour a day and just, like, think.
I bet you that's impossible for most people.
Sure,
now.
he made his billions.
It's easy for him to say.
Turn it off now.
Now that I made my money.
It's easy when you're
the
Bill
guy
Google.
who makes it.
Bill Google.
You guys want to play
I
another
would love
song?
to hear another one.
Yeah, if you'd like us to.
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
We're talking to Train today. If you're just tuning in, there are new CDs called California 37. I love the first one, which was Drive By you guys did. What do you want to do now?
We were thinking that we might do This Will Be My Year, if that's all right. It's the first song off the album.
Right on.
I have a tough time remembering the lyrics, so
A lot of words in this
I tend to make things up when you'd be like, what was that thing about the blonde girl from Jersey? Or nothing? And you're like, I don't know.
Whatever fits. But, yeah.
In 85, Tuesday morning came alive, I didn't know ya. Route 66 is gone, Reagan's here, it won't be long. Nintendo comes, Live Aid 2, Back to the Future, where were you? Well, I spent all my days in Catholic school. In 89, the dream begins, first in line to California. Pete Rose is banned for good, the Simpsons come to Hollywood. Russia leaves Afghanistan, Flight 103 ends Pan Am. Pushes here, this is the year that I feel most alone. No more counting down the hours, no more wishing you were here. I stopped believing, although Journey told me don't before I call it a day. Maybe this'll be my year. 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 In 92 a boy is born. Skies were blue in Ohio. Boris Yeltsin chills, Freddie dies, but Queen is still. Barcelona has the games, Lady Di is single again. Clinton wins, and I still dream that I'll find you someday. 97, a baby girl adds some heaven to the world. Tony Blair tips the scales, Elton sings for the Princess of Wales. Microsoft buys into Mac, my dad has a second heart attack. The train leaves San Francisco in a $1,000 van. No more counting down the hours, no more wishing you were here. I stopped believing, although Journey told me don't before I call it a day. Maybe this'll be my year. 2001, the towers fell, the world is stunned, I wish I knew you. I was on a plane, the world will never be the same. The artificial heart is born, ironic when New York's is torn out. Whoa. 2004 began in May, on tour when I met you. Facebook joins the internet, Oldsmobile joins the cassette. I met your family, it took a while till you kissed me, but when you did I finally felt at home. I stopped believing, although Journey told me don't before I call it a day. Maybe this'll be my year. 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 2012 and all I know is everybody comes and goes. Everybody sings and cries, makes the grade and takes the prize. And something, nothing, I don't care, because I always know that you'll be here with me.
Wow. This will be my year. Train from the new album California 37. Wow. That's really
thanks.
good, man.
Fucking awesome.
That's a lot of words.
Thanks.
That's a lot of
I gotta
words.
close my eyes if I like see something that is like, oh, that's interesting. It's all gone.
And after our conversation, I was scared to look at you, so now I'm looking away.
I gotta look. Just look away.
Just look away.
Look away.
I know. I always tell people as a joke, as a like a Prince reference, because we know like guys who worked with him, like don't make eye contact.
Right.
You know, okay, here comes a singer. I'll yell out of my dressing room, "Singer's coming!" No eye contact.
One of the weirdest moments me and Jimmy had, we were fortunate enough to watch Robert Plant. It was him and the band he put together for, I forgot.
The Mighty Rearranger.
Mighty Rearranger down in Washington. And it was me and Jimmy watching Robert Plant get ready for this broadcast they were doing for XM.
Yeah.
And we, you know, he's making his moves like it's girls in the room and stuff. And me and Jimmy were just like, we didn't know what to look at. It was really strange.
Just, you know, we're 5 feet away from
5 feet away from Robert Plant.
He's doing his thing.
Yeah,
because he's getting ready to, you know, perform.
In a little space, and but he wasn't doing Zeppelin stuff. He was doing like the album is called The Mighty Rearranger. It was actually a really good album.
I like the album.
And he was just doing. I think he did 2 or 3 songs or 4 songs.
Yeah, he was just kind of warming up. I don't think that was broadcast, right? That part of it
was not. No,
it was just us.
Him doing a voice warm up.
Like, this is amazing. We're watching Robert Plant.
Really sweet guy.
Yeah, we met him very briefly on the way out. Of course, we bothered him for photos, and
he's got a very big head.
Gigantic.
No, physically a big head.
Oh, really?
It's
massive.
giant.
There's a theory about
That's all we
big
remember.
heads and success.
Really?
A lot of movie stars.
Oprah mentioned it. That there's a correlation.
You look at like Mitt Romney's skull is fucking massive. You look at a lot of like the leading men in Hollywood, they have giant heads. They're much bigger guys than you think.
How far did Rocky Dennis get?
That's true. That's a good point.
Yeah. That's funny. Speaking of Robert Plant, I hear you guys do Zeppelin. Everyone was hitting me up on Twitter.
Oh yeah, man.
Do you want to do it? So I don't want to like force your hand.
We can do a little bit of it. We can do a little, I think, right, Jimmy? What do you got?
I don't usually play.
Jimmy always does the fun leads and stuff. He makes our friend Jerry play all the tough stuff.
Let me just play the.
You got it?
Leaves are falling all around. It's time I was on my way. Thanks to you, I'm much obliged. Such a pleasant stay. But now it's time for me to go. Autumn moonlights my way. 'Cause now I smell the rain, and with it pain, and it's headed my way. Oh, sometimes I grow so tired, but I know I got one thing I got to do. Ramble on. Well, now's the time is now. Sing my song. I'm gonna round the world, I'm gonna find my girl, I'm on my way. Ooh, I've been this way spreading roots. Time's come to be gone. And to our health we drank 1,000 times. It's time to ramble on.
I'll do the guitar part.
Mine's a tale that can't be told. My freedom I hold dear. For years ago and days of old, the magic filled the air. But in the darkest depths of mortar, I met a girl so fair. The evil one crept up and slipped away with a jab. And there's nothing I can do now. I guess I'll keep on rambling. I'm gonna shake, sing my song. I'm gonna round the world. I'm gonna find my girl. I'm on my way. This way 10 years to the day I'm gonna ramble on, sing my song, I'm gonna round the world, gonna find my girl, go, baby, 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 I went searching for my baby, my baby, yeah, yeah, my baby, wow.
You gotta be kidding me.
Smoking!
You gotta be kidding me. What's amazing about that is...
What's so funny about it?
It was effortless. That's what was amazing
it's like
about
fucking
that.
Just, I've seen people try to sing Zeppelin and the veins are popping out of their fucking face. That was effortless. You just sang it.
I don't think Robert Plant could sing it like that.
No.
I don't think Robert Plant could pull that off.
No, not
How
anymore.
much fun is it to be able to like, love a band or love a song and just be able to do it like that? Like, God, that's fuck. I would love to be able to do that.
It's great for us as musicians that we have a singer in the band that can like, sing that stuff. Because, as a kid, like we came up playing those songs, and that's how we learned how to play. But none of our buddies back in high school could sing that stuff.
Sure.
How much do you love these days on the drum box? You don't have to lug the whole fucking kit. You must really just enjoy that.
It I think that was the first time I played John Bonham on a cajon. it was kind of lame actually.
No, it was good.
I wasn't having a lot of fun.
I was watching you the whole time because I know I can't sing and I've never attempted guitar. It's an impossibility. We've all tried to keep a beat listening to music. Like everyone has attempted the drums.
Yeah.
On some.
So he's pretty much saying, I can't do your job, but you can pretty much do that.
No,
Good one, Jim.
I'm actually saying. No. I'm saying just the opposite.
Let's see how he gets himself out of this fight.
I'm too dumb to sing. Too stupid for guitar, but drums I can do.
Basically, he's saying, Scott, move out of the way. I think I can do better.
No, I'm most amazed at the drums because I know just from having done a little bit how impossible. Like I've never attempted to sing or play guitar for real, but just from doing that, I'm watching your hands. I'm like, how the fuck do you keep that beat as perfectly as you're keeping it? Like drummers to me are just really fucking interesting guys.
Well, that's what they do.
Well, no, I know. I didn't ask why. I didn't say, look, why you have him here. I understand he's a necessity. But it's just so
Hey, do you guys
difficult.
ever get depressed looking at some of your camera guys and seeing that they don't give a shit what you're saying? They just want to go home?
We feel that way looking at each other.
Every time I look at one of the guys on the camera, they're like,
Oh, I know. They're just all beaten people. They're beaten down by the company.
They're not having fun, are they?
oh, God, I hate
Pat
I wish
notices
this was
everything.
a gun. Please turn into a gun or a laser beam. A laser beam or one of those disappearing things from Star Trek. Anything.
Yeah, the people close to the performers, though, they get used to it. They see everything. They don't laugh at the same. They don't tap their feet anymore. They don't do any of it.
They
anymore.
don't.
It's a job, and it's like, all right, this is what we got to do.
You should see our techs, our guitar and drum techs, when Pat looks towards them. Then they start dancing.
Oh, okay, you better like this
I
shit.
hate this band.
I like the whole secret message, too, because
Yeah, I know.
you're on
What was
radio,
that?
so we got to have secret time.
He's gonna
Roland, you can say it.
What's going on?
No, they only have 2 more minutes.
Who does?
Oh, we're on the View today.
Oh,
so
wow.
Nice.
We're taping, I think, for the 25th, but we have a rehearsal that I think are.
It's right down the street from my house.
Oh, yeah?
Just wanted to make it about me.
Oh, okay.
You want to invite the guys over or something?
My place is nice and clean right now.
Yeah, it's like a museum. You should check out Jimmy's place.
Oh, yeah?
He loves his memorabilia.
Oh, it's just fucking.
He loves it.
It really is. There's not an ounce of humanity. It's just me with people. There's no me with no chicks, no girlfriend stuff.
No
just
kids.
me with fucking Sabbath. It just, I'm an asshole.
That's cool.
all I
man.
want.
And Sabbath is, we just played this club in, where were we?
Man,
Was it in Berlin? Or we were somewhere.
It was it where they're from
That's Birmingham, England.
Yeah, Birmingham. I think that's where.
Oh, that's where we were.
Been.
Yeah, that's right. We just played the club where they're going to do their rehearsals, I guess.
Wow. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bill's not with them, though. Depressing.
No, I know. It's kind of a bummer that they couldn't work that out.
I know, man.
We drove by Ozzy's house that night after the gig where he grew up, and it was like just in like the hood. It was like in a
really?
Bad, and so here we are, like, with our crew, and we're all wearing black as musicians and crew guys 10, and we're creeping around this neighborhood at like 3 a.m. trying to find Ozzy's house where he grew up.
It really was awful, right? Like he had no shoes. Like he wasn't being a poetic. He literally had no shoes when he was.
Yeah, it was a bad neighborhood.
Yeah, they said it was pretty blue collar and pretty fucking. I almost said rough and tumble, and then realized what a douche I said. I couldn't stop myself.
You were never going to say rough and tumble.
I stopped.
Don't even say that you were going to say.
I had to confess, though. I would have felt like a liar if you guys left not knowing what a douche I almost was.
I do that, too. You should have seen what I almost did.
Well, we got to get him out of here. We love this.
Do we have
I hope
copies
you
of the
come
CD?
back. Yeah, we got a few copies.
Okay, I would love a copy signed by the guys.
I checked out the.
I love what you guys do, man. I think that you guys are great at this.
All right, man. Thank you,
so
Pat.
I'm super
It's
glad
so
that
much
you
fun.
guys are doing it.
Thank you.
It's Pat, it's
Thanks
Jimmy,
for
and
having us
Scott,
on.
of course, of Train. The new album's called California 37. Pick it up.
Great songs, man. Really fucking really loved it. And are you guys playing in the area anytime soon?
Summer stage.
We have I think we have a couple of radio things that are coming up just to say thanks for all the airplay that we've gotten, and then of course the August 27th we're at Summer Stage in Central Park,
as opposed
so
to the October ticket sales that they've.
Yeah. If you could get rid of the October and just add August, that'd be great.
So come back in the summer. We'd love to have you.
Love to
guys.
see you.
That'd be great. We'd love that.
All right, everyone.
Is Slash here yet? Right back to
yeah,
Slash?
Slash is here too. So we'll talk to Slash next. Stay there.
Sirius XM. This is the Opie and Anthony Show.
I'll fix my headphones. Almost fixed. Don't worry. No, I got it. Thanks. These are the worst with the foam falling off of the ears all the time. I fucking hate that. The foam falls off of my headphone all the time. Well, that was very cool. You're trying to arrange the mic. I guess we got Slash coming. The crossover is very, very time-consuming here. Between Train and Slash coming in, you know? You got like that, they're clearing out the equipment.
I want a CD with them signed by the band.
Yeah, what happened?
Slash. Just bring him in and make sure the mic's hooked up for him.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
If the mic isn't hooked up, there's going to be trouble.
All right, we'll bring him in.
Hell to pay. I'll tell you that much. As they clear out Train stuff. It kind of was a overlapping.
Yeah, but it was Slash was last minute. We were too happy he could make it in.
Exactly. Correctamundo.
That's all it was.
Are you coming in?
No filming.
What? No filming.
Yes,
Christ, no filming either.
What?
Jesus Christ.
What are you doing?
This is a fucking...
Huh?
There we go.
Why?
How you doing?
Okay.
What's up, man?
Hey, man.
Take a seat. Make yourself comfy.
See you again.
Jimmy Norton, of course. The incomparable Jimmy Norton. Hope he's taking a whiz. He's got a...
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we had Train in here, and they were playing, so...
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Of course, it's impossible to have microphones and a band set up. Why would it be possible in this studio? So we had a kind of jury rig it, as they say.
Ready these? No, let's take a phone call.
Not necessarily.
We didn't get any advanced copies of the CD. I just literally downloaded this like while we were...
yeah, because it came out today.
And, yeah, we didn't get one in advance, so I haven't heard... I only heard Apocalyptic Love, which I loved.
Yeah.
I fucking... Miles Kennedy, who what did he do on the last record you did?
He did 2 songs. He did a song called Back from Cali and a song called Starlight.
Yeah, those are 2 of the best songs on the album.
That's sort of what got us together in the first place.
And didn't you tour with him when you did all those songs?
Yeah, for the last year and a half. And as soon as tour was over, we went in the studio, made a record, and now we're back.
Okay, so you were happy with him on this?
Oh yeah, no, he was fucking great. Yeah.
How hard is it to get all these people together? Because like on the last one, you had all these. I was amazed. Did you write most of the songs and then say like, "All right, hey Ozzy, I want you to do this"?
Yeah. I would just write the music and think, well, okay, who would sound right on this particular piece of music, and then establish that, and then call them up and go, hey, you want to play on something? And it worked out. It was really an easy record to make, considering what a disastrous affair it could have been. You know, just a lot of moving parts. You know, things go wrong, blah blah. It was actually pretty painless.
Well, lead singers are always—they're notoriously the most difficult, right?
Eddie, they were great. Every single one of those singers, which I think there's like 18 or something in total.
Wow.
They were all, I mean, really actually gave me a whole new lease on life as far as my opinion of the lead singer. Yeah, really, it did.
When you work with a bunch of them that are really like...
They were super professional. You know, I mean, these are all really great singers, so obviously they have great performances and stuff, but just, you know, like really professional and fun to hang out with.
Even though we're promoting the new record, we're talking about... the last record, which was a compilation. Fucking Dr. Alibi by Lemmy was phenomenal. And I think you got the best Kid Rock song I've ever heard. I Hold On.
Yeah, I think I got really cool performances out of everybody because it wasn't their next big hit record. So it was very relaxed. And people just sort of like, you know, were very sort of, it didn't have the pressure. You know, the pressure sometimes can be very stifling.
So,
yeah, that's what it seems like with a compilation like that. You're not... obligated to tour with these people and be with them for days and days and weeks and months on end. So it seemed to be a lot more relaxed.
And it's not even their record, so they don't even have to take the hit for it.
Yeah. It's like, I just sang on it. I'm fine.
I don't know which one of these I think.
They're all unopened. Oh, no, this one's open.
Yeah, I brought this one in.
Oh, you brought it? Okay.
Do you find it harder to tour with people that might not be, you know, that easy to be around or studio work?
Well, I mean, when it comes to touring, that's a whole different animal because you're with somebody, the same person all the time. So it's either it works or it doesn't.
Yeah.
When you're in the studio for a session, that's relatively easy. But, you know, because I play on a lot of people's records, I've learned how to adapt to different people and different working environments and the way that people work and different idiosyncrasies and this and that and the other, and so you really learn how to work with different personalities. So it's good. It's definitely gets you outside of your bubble. You know.
Yeah. So have Have you think you've changed over the years as far as how you approach going into the studio and making an album?
Not much. I mean, this last record we just did, I always play live in the studio, always set up the drums and the bass and get as much live out of it as possible. But this record, I did the guitars all live as well. So it's really the entire band in one room, and every song is that moment.
Oh, wow.
Which is very different than what people do nowadays. But it's also, for me, I've always done the guitars in the control room. After the bass and drums are done, just because I hate wearing headphones, the way the guitars sound in headphones. So I would go in the control room, crank it all the way up, make it like a concert, and do it in there.
Oh, wow.
But this time we devised a system where I could use monitors in this small room that we built inside the room where the bass and drums are. And so I cranked the monitors in there and played to that.
As they played at the same time.
And so it's live.
Right, so you weren't playing with a track.
Didn't bands used to do that all the time, too? Like, I mean, like when you hear like old Sabbath stuff from 1970, it's like, didn't they all kind of just record together and they got a sound that people lost?
There's a lot of different ways of doing it, but I mean, in the old days, there was a lot of live recordings, and the problem was, and producers established that this was an issue, was you'd have amps bleeding into the drum mics, and so you wouldn't be able to fix things because you had that recording of a distant amp coming into the drum, say the bass drum mic or the snare mic or vocal mic or whatever it is, and so it just became a thing where everything had to be isolated and you used headphones.
Oh, I had no idea why they did that. You just explained to me why they did that.
Yeah, if you sit there at some point, yeah.
I never knew. I figured everybody was just busy at different times.
Well, that's sort of how it is. That's sort of how it is now. People are flying in their recordings from across the country or from a different kind, and nobody's really in the same room at the same time.
Wow. People are emailing their parts. It's amazing. Just emailing their parts and then popping it on the track.
The problem with that, in pop music, it's not that big a deal because you're really trying to get the vocal melody, and you just put the drums behind it and so on. But in a rock and roll band, one of the things about rock and roll is capturing that energy and that spirit of what's happening. And so when you disconnect all the players, you lose that sort of urgency that's just a natural part of a band working at the same time.
There is a feel to it, and you can't. It can't be as sterile as just laying down tracks. You're right. It has to be a group dynamic to the whole thing. Yeah.
Congratulations on the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I mean, do you feel like, because I know Sabbath at one point, Ozzy had said, "Fuck this, just take us off the ballot," and then they finally put them in. Did it mean something to you to get in?
I mean, obviously, yeah. It was a weird thing. I got that. I first heard about it, knew that we were eligible in 2007, and Robbie Robertson told me, he goes, "You guys are going to be eligible in 2012," and I was like, "Oh wow," And then all of a sudden, 2012 comes along, and we're nominated, and there's this. But then you're wondering exactly what the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is, and why certain bands don't get inducted, and what's the criteria. And this and that and the other, and I felt sort of embarrassed to be nominated in front of bands like Kiss or Deep Purple or Rush or Boston or whatever, all these bands that really have contributed some significant music to this industry, especially Deep Purple. That's the big one for me. And so I had mixed feelings going into it, but honored nonetheless to be in the company of Zeppelin or Van Halen or Aerosmith or whatever. But when I was actually there and I saw some of the people that did get inducted outside of ourselves, I thought, it's a slow process, but they really do pay attention to everybody that's could possibly be eligible for it. And the thing that clinched it for me was they inducted all the backing bands for Smokey Robinson, James Brown, Gene Vincent, Buddy Holly, Bill Haley, and all these old guys in their like 80s and 90s, some of them in wheelchairs, some of them didn't make it because they're dead. We're getting this acknowledgement for their efforts way back in the day, and it was a really cool moment, and somebody had to really think about that. And so it changed my attitude about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and just they need to get some of those acts in there.
Yeah, they really, but no, that's a good point, too, because I always bash them because Kiss and Rush aren't in. But that's a good point. Is they really are giving certain guys their due, guys that never would have gotten any respect at this point. They're kind of going back and grabbing those guys and pulling them.
Don Kirshner was an obscure but really significant inclusion when I was there.
Yeah.
So and then when for us to get inducted, it really gave me a whole different perspective on Guns N' Roses. Like not even so much that I was actually in the band, but just the music and stuff that Guns as an entity did, and then to have been part of creating that, and that changed my whole sort of like perspective on the significance of or the impact that Guns N' Roses had. And so it was really nice to receive that award.
Did it mean anything to you that only 3 of you guys were there, or are you beyond that? Like you're like
at this point, you know,
yeah,
you know, whatever.
Dude, whose idea was it? I've become obsessed with. I go back and get like weird obsessions over songs, and all I've been listening to lately is Civil War. Whose idea was it to put that amazing Cool Hand
That was
loop?
Axl.
What a fucking... I don't know why that works so perfectly when the guitar comes
Struther
in.
Martin.
God damn, is that
It was
great.
very cool.
It's an odd thing where if you said, all right, look, we're going to take this song and we're going to put Cool Hand Luke in front of it, people would go, oh, it's a terrible idea. But if you listen to it, it's like, Jesus.
No, it's
amazing.
It was definitely cool.
And the guitar plays. I mean, why am I explaining Civil War? It's been that since 1991. And I'm talking about like I just fucking heard a bootleg copy, which is to be released. I'm an asshole for real. I am a goddamn fool. The name, I'm looking at my phone for the name of your new CD.
It's Apocalyptic Love.
Apocalyptic Love.
Yeah.
And what can you tell us about it? Because I guess I only heard the first song, and it was phenomenal.
It's a cool record. Let's see it's sort of self-explanatory though. You have to listen to it, but it's a very straight-ahead rock and roll record. Great playing on it, and Miles's vocals are great, and the songs are good. And like I said, it was performed live to tape, so it's like in that sense it's sort of old school, but it doesn't sound retro or anything. But it sounds amazing on vinyl, in case anybody's got a stereo. But and it comes out today, and so just go pick it up. What else can I say?
No, I know. It's always. I wish I had just heard it because the last time you came in, we'd had an advanced copy, so I was able to fucking blow through the
whole thing. Yeah,
there's not a bad song on that last album
shit
at all.
No shit.
And so far, you're 1 for 1 on this one. Do you get nervous when a new thing comes out? Like, do you read into criticism, or do you not give a shit?
I actually stay away from you know, positive or negative, any kind of, you know, as much as I can. You know, we were doing a show tonight, and we were in the middle of a tour. We're really just starting a tour, and I appreciate the reaction from fans, and that's really all that I care about is that, you know, anybody else's personal opinion, good or bad, you know, it's like, you know, it is what it is, so just let it go.
Yeah, it's you put on there, you've done the best you can do.
Yeah, as long as you feel comfortable about what you put into it,
right?
And if you start dwelling on what other people are thinking and critiquing it and so on, you know, like I said, it could be bad or it could be really positive.
Yeah.
It gets in your head, and you don't really need that.
You could drive yourself fucking batshit.
Yeah.
Where are you guys tonight?
Irving Plaza.
Oh, okay. Are there tickets available or no?
Not sold out.
Okay, cool. That was me. That was me begging for a free one. when you did that's how I do it slickly. You go, yeah, there's some tickets available. Like, radio.
Yeah, I know how that works.
Hey, do you when you did the song with Iggy Pop, was he like just a personal favorite of yours that you wanted to do this one with? That was such a cool guy to grab.
I mean, well, I've known Iggy for a really long time, and that particular piece of music just screamed Iggy to me. So it was really all the sort of decisions on who should sing the songs were dictated by the music. But Iggy seemed perfect for that, and I sent it to him, and it was very rock. He was the first guy that I actually brought in the studio to record, so he sort of set the pace for the whole record. But when I sent him the demo, you know, he got it, told me he got it, and then he called me up a few days later, a week later, and he goes, all right, Slash, check this out. And I hear him pick the phone, you know, put the phone down on the table, walk across the room and blast the demo out of some sort of a cheap stereo on the other side of the room. And I hear the music come on, and then he starts singing in the middle of the room to it. Goes through the entire song, you know, turns off the stereo, comes back, walking across the room, picks up the phone. What do you think? And it was just so rock and roll. Man.
Yeah, that is a great way to do it. No fucking what?
I guess
Roland's panicking.
Roland's
Why are you
waving
throwing
it.
Slash out?
He's either waving it at 767 or.
Why are you throwing him out? I'm kidding.
We're just fine.
I'm on a crazy tight schedule.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, we're happy you were able to come in. They literally just told us, I think, yesterday that you were coming in.
Yeah.
Cool. We got this very last minute.
Which is cool, though.
Because I was at Stern earlier, so I figured while I was here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's very cool.
It's called...
they could have waited later so you could have the record first.
Yeah, I would like to get it in advance so I could talk about it for real. I want to, you know...
Well, we should play the first song.
Apocalyptic Love. Is that the song you would play off it?
Well, there's a single.
Which is the single?
Which is You're a Lie.
Okay, it's
You're a Lie
right now.
Yeah, we got that. We're going to play that at the break.
All right,
Yeah,
and I'll
there
play
you
it
go.
on my Boneyard show.
Absolutely.
I'm taping the
Oh,
Boneyard
Jimmy.
today, so I'll play that. I can just play it on the iPhone, or would you prefer to go through the system?
No, do it like Iggy did.
Yeah. Go across the room.
Old school. All right, well, we're happy you're here, man, and good luck at
Dude,
the
you've been wearing that
Slash,
same
thanks,
Kiss
man.
shirt as long as I've known you.
I know. I just a
loves it,
coincidence.
though.
I really do. I have like three
Is it a
shirts.
coincidence?
Dude, I have 3
You
shirts.
guys, is it a coincidence?
No.
No, he wears it a lot.
Well, there's only like, if you 2 other days you could have come in, I wouldn't have had it
You
on.
don't have to make excuses. You're cool.
I have man tits, and this doesn't show them as well as a lot of other shirts, so I hide my man tits behind Gene and Ace.
We got to get him out of here. Slash,
All
always
right,
a pleasure.
Slash,
You know
thanks,
that.
man.
Let's listen to the first song off the new album, Apocalyptic Love.
Voice of reason that I can't escape. Cut me down 1,000 times a day. I don't need you anymore. I don't need you anymore. I trusted you when there was no one else. All you did was make me doubt myself. Don't believe you anymore. Don't believe you anymore. You bled me out, you tore me down. Your time has come, you can go. 'Cause you're alive. All my faith has been wasted. Your life. I don't need you to save me anymore. I'm fragile, but I'm not a fool. I won't hear another word from you. You won't hurt me anymore. You won't hurt me anymore. The hand I held just held me down. It took so long, now I know. 'Cause you're alive. All my faith has been wasted. Life. I won't sit here and take this anymore. You can say anything that you want to say, but my attention is long gone and turned away. You're such a lie, you are only the enemy. Everything you are, I will deny. I'll just come out and say it out loud. All my faith has been wasted. I don't need you to save me anymore. I don't need you to save me
Sirius XM, the Opie and Anthony Show.
What a day. I want to thank Slash for stopping by. I would have been in here for the start of the interview, but I wasn't allowed in.
Yeah, that was pretty fucking.
I had to take a leak after the train thing. Train was amazing, by the way. We weren't even.
They were great.
They were amazing.
Cool.
I hope the band knows that Slash didn't know.
I talked to Pat. I called him
because Pat was trying to get a picture with Slash. It was a whole thing
for the band.
Right, and he's like, "Oh, Slash is out there? Oh man!" And he pops his head out. Hey, can I get a picture with Slash? And the guy that was representing Slash didn't know his Train. Blah blah blah. So we want Pat to know that.
Yeah, and I called him and told him that something. I guess there was something happened that he was annoyed at, and of course the people around him.
Who, Slash?
Yeah.
Yeah, the rumor is he was annoyed at Howard.
At the Stern interview or whatever, because he talked too much about guns, whatever.
Yeah, and Slash is over. We went through that phase with Slash. Slash is like, God, I've answered every fucking Guns N' Roses question. I do have other things going on, and we respect that to a point,
That's
right?
what he wants to
so I
talk
guess that
about.
went down today on Howard, and so Slash. I didn't feel like Slash was in a bad mood.
No, he was great. It's always the people around
him, right?
And Pat Slash had no idea that the band. If you said, "Hey, the band Train wanted a photo with you," he would have come in. I just got a text from Pat. He said, "Thanks. We had a great time and really appreciate being invited. Hope to see you again soon. Thanks for the call." So they know.
They fucking were great.
They're great, dude.
I was telling Anthony, Pat being so honest like that and telling those stories put him over with a lot of our listeners today. Yeah. Big fucking time. 2 songs off California 37 they performed for us, and then fucking Ramble On by Zeppelin. Holy shit.
That was unbelievable.
If you're just tuning in, please listen to the replay today. We don't usually say that, but wow. Wow, just the honesty from the band itself, and they just sounded great. They really did.
So why couldn't you get back in the studio, dude? I heard something going on out there. It was a security guy?
Doesn't really even matter. I just fucking suck.
No, it's incomprehensible.
I was trying to get in because I had a leak. I was dying. When I was enjoying Ramble On, but I thought I was going to pee my fucking pants. So then I come running back, and there's a big, huge Mexican at the door.
I heard Kenny talk.
He goes, "No one's allowed in there." I'm like, I'm one of the guys.
But I do the show.
No one's allowed in there. I'm pointing at my name. And then Kenny, holy fuck.
What did you say to him?
Kenny was great.
Huh?
You got him?
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Look how happy Kenny is.
Well, I go, can I help you with something? He go, well, my client's in there, and then he starts, puffing out his chest and, how nobody's supposed to be there but Opie and Anthony doing the interview. And I already had a problem because I had to clear the room. I go, it wasn't a problem. It's not a problem. I go, he's the host of the show. He has to get in. Well, normally the host of the show is... I go, no.
Oh, man.
There's nothing normal around here.
Yeah.
I go, and if you were a professional, you would have introduced yourself to somebody. So then he stuck out his hand and goes, "Hi, I'm so-and-so." And then I just let him hanging.
You didn't take his hand?
No.
No.
I go, well, you have no authority here, so you don't have to watch the door. Everything's fine. I says, you can watch through the glass and you can see everything. He's going, well, you watch the door. I go, I know what to do. I go, there's nothing to worry about.
Kenny was very professional.
Good.
He really was.
Yeah.
If you were professional, you would have introduced yourself to someone.
Oh, that's crazy.
He had no
tries to
idea.
introduce himself, and Kenny doesn't shake his hand.
He had no idea that it was Fax McGillicuddy.
Yeah, and then he just was standing there stupid with his hand out, and I didn't,
Oh, Kenny.
It's one of those days, though.
He was just frazzled.
We're hustling and bustling.
Yeah, that's all right. I'm glad that Sweetie got in.
Yeah.
And that song by Slash was great. I liked it. Because I haven't heard the new stuff.
Yeah, it was really good, man. But then
I introduced the CD, by the way. I don't want to confuse people. What was the name of the fucking song, E-Rock? For the people look for it online?
The song was called "You're a Lie."
Yeah, I meant to say, the first single off Apocalyptic Love. All right, there you go. So now you know.
And apparently the company did have... Because Slash got mad at his management, I heard afterwards, because I said we don't have the CD. I think he got mad at them, like, what the fuck?
Yeah, because we usually track right through that thing.
We literally just took Slash. We found out that he was going to be here.
Late last night.
Yeah, and they're like, would you guys want to talk to him? Like, yeah, of course. So it was like, that's why we had a bleed over from Train, and he wanted to do his own segment. It was a whole thing, but we got it through, and he was great.
And Slash turned me on to something. I didn't know Deep Purple wasn't in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
I didn't either.
That's pretty amazing right there.
And
they should probably be in there.
And I always get confused with Boston. Did Boston get in yet?
I don't think so.
That's stupid.
No, they did not. Neither did
sure?
Rush, Kiss.
No,
yeah.
I know Rush. I know Kiss. I assumed Deep Purple. And I thought Boston.
Huh.
That's pretty amazing.
Well, it's what Boston, I would think, is. No?
They only had one massive record, but what was that? Was the second one big, too?
Second one was big, Jimmy. Not as big as the first, obviously, but still massive
They were
numbers.
huge.
Oh, yeah.
And even the third had a couple hits off it. I tapped out at the third one, but they definitely had a couple
I know
on that one.
I know Brad Delp is in the Hibachi Hall of Fame.
Dude, he was the nicest guy. That one's tough to do. I got to be honest with you. We all have our lines. We met him years ago. He couldn't have been nicer. What a down-to-earth, nice guy
Well, yeah.
Brad Delp was.
Certainly was.
He's still down to earth.
Yeah,
I
6
know.
feet below it.
Who else did we meet back then? Sid. What the hell was his name? Ah, fuck. He used to hang out at AF events. He had nothing else to do.
Who the?
I forgot his name. The drummer, right?
The drummer Sib.
Sib.
His name was
right.
Sib.
You're right, Sib.
Yeah.
You know who else they inducted this year? It was weird. The Bill Tetley Orchestra.
The Bill Tetley Orchestra, first of all, doesn't exist.
Yes, they do.
Secondly, is not in the Hall of Fame.
In the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Oh.
You know what song they're very famous for?
What?
In Escape from New York, the one Cabby is playing. It's the Bill Tetley Orchestra.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, they're really wonderful.
Okay.
Wonderful.
I want to play the reporter slip up again.
Facebook's down another $1.18.
Oh,
share.
boy.
We said it would
Yikes.
drop again today, right?
Yikes.
That ain't coming back today. No. This thing drops below 30.
I hope so, because I have a bio
Today.
at 30. Ah, shit.
Oh.
Are you going to buy it 30?
I don't know, man. Now I'm all nervous. Now I'm Nelly nervous. Jesus.
Nervous Nelly.
Yeah, I was
Nelly
gonna say
nervous.
Nick nervous and
Fucking
nervous
Nick
Nelly.
Fucking whatever. I don't know.
Now, there was a fourth Gibb brother, Andy Gibb, who had a solo singing career. He died of heart failure at the age of 30. Robin Gibb was 62.
Heart failure.
Now, she knows she didn't say heart properly, so why can't she go, I mean heart failure?
Well, she's hoping no one noticed because the fart failure.
Yeah.
She probably thinks she skated, but she didn't. Everyone knows.
Fucking bitch.
No, Chip.
Shut up.
Okay.
Sucker, fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fucking die already, you stupid piece of shit.
Ow.
I hate you fucking... Yes, they do. Yes, they do. You shut up. Fucking cocksucker with your hair, do. Nice hair. Fucking hope your hair gets caught in the truck tires and you get dragged to death. Piece of shit garbage.
Just quit.
Fuck you.
It just happens. He gets very angry for
Cocksucker.
whatever reason.
You're a cocksucker. I hope...
So is your mother.
My mother's a saint on earth, God bless her. My father's away selling encyclopedias. Why don't you get fucking somebody on your arm or something?
Yeah.
They don't like each other very much.
Fuck a piece of shit. Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
Why don't you get...
You know why? Because he's ashamed of you.
He's not ashamed of me. He's very
Jared's
proud. He
son.
said, Chipper, you're a good boy once.
And
Once.
then he left forever.
It's not true. My mother told me he said that in a letter.
She was lying. She doesn't
She's
know
not
who he is.
lying.
She doesn't know who he is.
That's not even Jack White. That's fucking Jack Blue. See, I take the tears and I turn them into laughs. Double guns.
Double guns.
Let the tension out of that fucking balloon.
You sure certainly did there, Chipper.
I was fascinated by Pat and his and how he perceives things.
He's great.
He was.
Yeah, he was.
I had no idea. He was so honest and open.
He's very. I think he's a very angry man.
He's nuts.
Yeah, I think he's
But he can
crazy.
sing his fucking balls off, man.
Yeah.
God damn, is he...
Yeah, when you see Ramble On, we'll definitely put that up somewhere. He just effortless.
It's that
man.
whole thing. I've
Like
seen
you
people
said,
sing.
with the veins in the neck and
Veins are
stuff,
popping,
usually,
they're straining.
their face turns red.
And he just opens his mouth and the fucking words come out perfect.
I like. It's going to sound
Amazing.
really weird, but fuck it, just go with it. Whatever you need to do with this one. I like looking at Ant when these guys are singing because you know a bit about singing.
It's just
and you
amazing.
also really appreciate music
People
and
that
guys
do
that
it
can
well.
fucking do it well.
Yeah.
And I looked at you and you gave me a look like, holy
Like,
fuck, can
holy
you
shit,
believe
yeah.
this?
That guy's doing a fucking job on that Zeppelin.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh no! You know what Pat and the band was saying? They would have absolutely said this on the air, so I have no problem saying this. They said it's really weird for them because they grew up with Zeppelin and Sabbath and what was some of the other bands? Aerosmith, they said, and a couple others. All the biggies, you know. And they said, in a perfect world, they would probably rather be playing, that type of music.
Yeah, rock.
But they hit with the, more of the pop thing.
Poppy stuff.
And he goes, sometimes it's weird. We'll be at a festival or something, and Justin Bieber's there, and we kind of feel out of place because we know what what we really like, when we're not on stage.
Because they want to be rock guys.
But they're
yeah.
a hugely successful pop band.
Yeah.
Hugely successful. And they've been at it 18 years. I didn't know. I was talking to Scott in the bathroom, the drummer, and he's like, yeah, we've been at this 18 years. And I go, let me guess, everyone says you're an overnight success, right?
That's always the way.
Right?
Jimmy from Train tweeted, apparently.
Just finished Opie Radio on Sirius. We love those guys. Then Slash came in, and his asshole people kicked everyone out of the room.
Hashtag so 80s.
Hashtag so... you know what? I gotta retweet that. I can't help myself.
That's hilarious.
And I love Slash. It has nothing to do with
It's his
Slash.
people. It's not.
But that's a great fucking tweet. Where do I fucking find that one, man?
Jamalama.
Yeah. Who is he on?
Jamalama.
Oh, Jamalama. All right, I'll find it. I'll retweet that.
That's fucking funny, man.
When did he tweet that, Sam?
Just now, 34 minutes ago.
34 minutes ago. All right, well.
Came in
They're a
and
big
his
band.
Asshole people kicked everyone out of the room.
Dude, I couldn't get in.
Asshole people.
You guys were fine, but I couldn't get back in. I'm like, holy shit. Oh, here it is.
I'd have just stayed out there. Fuck it.
I was thinking
Sit down. Fuck it.
Is there anything better than sitting out a segment?
Oh, yeah. You just sit, fucking, hey, told me I couldn't go in. Who am I? Who am I to say?
And we're all more than capable, so every once in a while, to sit out a 15-minute segment is nice.
That's why
you feel like you're taking like a coffee break, a cigarette break.
Yeah, it's a nice break. That's why it's gotten to the point where it doesn't matter if someone goes take a piss and it's like, well, we only have a minute and a half.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't fucking care. No one cares.
You ever take your time getting back to the studio?
Oh, yeah. You see the on-air light on and you just, whatever.
I got to see Gary for a second.
I know they're doing it. I know they're doing it.
Lollygag up the hallway.
Anyone can do the show, so it doesn't matter.
You might be alone tomorrow.
Oh, well.
Where are you going?
I'm shooting something, a different...
Hopefully yourself.
Oh, and now what if I actually did that?
I would feel terrible.
And the last thing I said was, I only wish a friend cared for the love of Eve.
You're amongst friends, Jimmy. You're amongst friends.
But I found out it might be an early morning shoot.
Oh. Nice. For what? Anything you can talk about?
Oh, for Louis. In the line I only have 2 lines. But it is fucking hilarious. I won't repeat it, but it's hilarious. I will say this. If I do this line tomorrow, it's probably the single funniest line I've ever read.
It is a good one.
I'll show it to you off air. It's for...
Better than he stinks and I don't like him?
Oh, yeah.
That was socially poignant. By the way, I found out that I'm doing Leno June 29th.
It's Leno June.
It was, and I'm doing it with the guy playing the new Spider-Man.
Oh.
Whatever his name. I forget his name. He was in Social Network.
Yeah.
Peter Parker?
No, that's not him, you fucking silly cunt bag.
What do you mean he was in Social Network?
The guy who was in the Social Network, I met him once. I don't know.
Eduardo.
What?
He played Eduardo.
He's good, yeah.
Oh. Let me see a face.
Andrew Garfield.
Yep, that's him.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I know that name.
So it's
that guy.
Yeah.
He was in Social Network?
Yeah.
That's Eduardo.
Did he have darker hair in Social Network?
Yes, he did.
That's why.
That has to be it.
And he's playing the new Spider-Man.
He's Spider-Man.
And
now.
I was the critical scene in the original.
Right.
I don't know who's
Like
the
a
lead guest.
Reunion of people that never saw each other.
You guys want to hear Penn Jillette talking about pot?
What's he doing?
Well, he had a little pot rant because he had a problem with Obama talking about his days of smoking a little
like
pot
that.
and doing a little cocaine.
I like that.
What was it on Jimmy Kimmel? But I like when these guys are fucking talking openly. What's the problem?
Maybe it's not that he talked openly. Maybe there's something about what he said.
By the way, I was telling Aunt, this Cory Booker thing kind of just fucking... Oof.
What did he do? What happened?
I love it, though. This is exactly what I want from my politicians, to go off script.
Well,
he's basically trashing Obama's strategy when it comes to Romney and this whole Bain thing.
Oh.
And he went on Meet the Press, one of those Sunday morning shows, and basically fucking just trashed Obama, taking this fucking stance.
So he shouldn't be doing this that type of campaigning,
right?
And dirty fucking ads, because Romney was he's in the private sector, he's working for a living, and he's involved with Bain, and all they have to answer to are their stockholders. And they did a great job, apparently.
It's a doozy. It's really going to fuck up Obama's campaign. And what I like about it is, of course, you expect a Republican to say something like that, of course. But this guy, Cory Booker, was, in Obama's camp.
Yeah. Yeah.
And a lot of people saying, he wanted to be the guy.
Oh, really?
He wanted to maybe be the first black president.
Well,
he might make a run for it.
Can never happen
in
again.
The coming years.
That's true.
It could be first full black guy.
Nah, he's
like mother and father are black.
Nah, he's just a little blacker than Obama.
He looks light on TV. I wouldn't know he was
does.
black if someone didn't tell me.
Certainly does.
Not that anyone told me.
That chick.
Huh? Oh, we've seen her before.
Yeah, she looks good today. The weather girl?
Oh, no, she's different. You're right.
She's different, weather girl.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
All right.
I just want to sit back and listen to Train play like Zeppelin songs and Smith and more off their new record. So you want to hear what Penn Jillette has to say?
Yeah, let's hear what Penn says about Obama.
Okay.
Obama.
Just remember this noise.
That's your line tomorrow?
No.
That'd be great.
Just recite your line out of your asshole.
I dozed off last night with my apnea mask, and apparently the air bubbled out of my lips, and I fell asleep, and that's what I woke up to.
How does that happen?
It's ugly. I have a fucking chin strap.
Oh, you finally got the chin strap?
I haven't showed you. I didn't mean to stop. I just realized I...
Dude, that's way better than this dumb
I'm
clip.
very tired, and I realized...
Are you sleeping at least?
No, I am falling asleep. I'm getting the full face mask because the air is just blowing out of my mouth. But here's my chin strap. This is me about to doze off.
Oh, my God.
Ah, Jesus.
That looks like... I don't know what it looks like.
How do you sleep like that?
I look like a spaceman from another moon.
You look like
I took it, yeah.
No, you tweeted it.
I did, yeah.
Oh, good. Wow. People got to see that shit.
It's fucking awful. But what happens is the chin strap holds your mouth because the air bubbles up in your mouth and then it just goes... That's the sound I made waking up. Fucking so angry, and I was up for the rest of the night.
Oh, man.
Like 1:30 I woke up.
Doesn't it say how to not have that happen?
Yeah, you gotta just get a I have to reset it or something. Who the fuck knows? What do I know? It's a nightmare in my life. I can't even... Turtles do this better.
The Photoshop.
Oh, the Darth Vaders.
We haven't really talked about the Photoshop
They're
yet.
hilarious.
They're up on our Facebook page.
Oh, God, I haven't seen any of these.
Oh, they're amazing. You as an astronaut.
Apollo uniform, spacesuit.
Darth Vader. That's the original one.
Oh, that's just the nose. That's only the nose piece, by the way.
That's you underwater. That's you in a fucking...
in a fighter plane,
right.
By the way, there's a new one on my Twitter of me in the fucking full headgear, but maybe that one is better.
No, this one's funny.
No, the full headgear will be great, too.
Yeah, we could continue with that.
See you as Goose in the water.
They could use either picture. You with Tom Cruise, you as the Hellraiser.
Funny.
You as
Silence of the Lambs.
Movie poster.
Iron Man. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Looking good.
Hannibal, that's a good one.
Yeah, this is
That's a really good one, actually.
These guys did a great job with this.
God damn, these are funny.
Apnea kid. It's an Old West picture.
Oh, that's funny.
Dope instead of hope.
Instead of hope, it's me with the apnea.
The famous Obama fucking poster. Dope.
That is funny, man.
We have funny fuckers that listen to this show.
Yeah. Holy shit, these are great fucking photos. I guess that was meant to be photoshopped.
Ah, that's a cool one from Life magazine.
Oh, there you go.
Quado,
right?
Yeah.
Chippo.
Zilch Protocol.
Zilch Protocol. Jim Norton. Sleeping Impossible. Did you see that was the name of it?
Yeah, instead of Mission Impossible. I didn't notice that at first.
No,
right.
really. No chin at all. Zilch Protocol. Oh, these are fucking funny, man.
People have really done.
Oh my God, these are some good ones. I have not even thought about these.
Dark Knight. All right, go to our Facebook page, Anthony. Very good. Here's Penn Jillette.
We know our president has said
in his own book, Dreams from My Father, 1995, before entering politics, he admitted that he'd used marijuana and maybe a little blow.
Maybe a little blow.
Maybe a little blow, which...
Well, yeah, of course he did.
Yeah.
But I guess you're still to that point. You can't openly admit it. You got to keep it in that gray area.
Maybe a little blow. Just stop.
He grew up in that time where it was everywhere. Of course he had a little
just say
taste.
you fucking did some coke.
I think most guys in their 40s and women in their 40s had a little taste.
At some point.
You had a little taste. It was everywhere. A lot of people, a lot of places, that's how they paid people.
That's true, too. No one ever does a little blow.
Oh, yeah, I know.
You just don't.
Whoa.
Oh, light went out.
What was that?
The fuck was that?
What the fuck was that?
That's a ghost or something.
It's not a ghost.
The light bulb ran out.
Oh.
Ran out.
As you know, is crazy talk. Maybe a little blow is what someone who uses marijuana every weekend says. If you used it once, you went, man, I used cocaine once, it was crazy.
Yeah.
But if you use it every weekend, you go, maybe a little blow. That's such an odd, casual way to say, yeah, maybe a little.
Now, he has not left this to states' rights. As you know, medical marijuana, as our good friend Joe Rogan will point out to you anytime, medical marijuana you can get in California. And the feds are coming in to try to stop this.
They're still arresting people.
States' rights don't mean jack shit to the Obama administration on anything except gay marriage. What troubles me about this is, it is not hypocrisy, because as everybody knows, hypocrisy doesn't bother me very much.
You like hypocrisy.
And so Obama...
And yet you feel this is worse?
I think it's beyond hypocrisy. I think it's something to do with class. You know, and a lot of people have accused Obama of class warfare, but in the wrong direction. I believe this is Obama chortling with Jimmy Fallon about lower class people. Do we believe, even for a second, anybody believe, that if Obama had been busted for marijuana under the laws that he condones, would his life have been better? If Obama had been caught with the marijuana that he says he uses and maybe a little blow, cocaine,
felony conviction,
this casual attitude toward drugs, a casual attitude toward drugs that makes him really cool on Jimmy Fallon, makes him the hip president. I'm the cool president, I'm the happiest president. I say weed, I say blow, it's all a big deal, ha ha ha, huge laugh from the college students. And if he had been busted under his laws, he would have done hard fucking time. And if he had done time in prison, time in federal prison, time for his weed and a little blow, he would not be president of the United States of America. And he would not have gone to his fancy-ass college. He would not have sold books that sold millions and millions of copies and made millions and millions of dollars. He would not have a beautiful, smart wife. He would not have a great job. He would have been in fucking prison, and it's not a goddamn joke.
She might be smart, but I don't think she's beautiful.
No. That's what I took away from that rant.
I don't think she's beautiful.
What was that, his podcast?
I think so.
Yeah, I guess Sunday school, right? I listen to Sunday school here and there. Yeah.
Very good.
Makes some good points, right? You need the second track or
The depressing part is that the podcast is really getting so much play. Like, it really just, it keeps one more. All I'm thinking of is, podcasts are a fucking option.
Yeah, another one.
I'm not even being a dick to the company, but that's all I'm thinking of, and I'm listening to that.
Well, they're discussing a possible podcast for us.
Oh, good, okay.
Discussing. We brought it up months ago.
Oh.
Well,
I love the discussing phase.
And we have a very good idea that doesn't affect anything. It doesn't affect fucking subscriptions or anything.
My idea is,
but they're just discussing it now.
My idea is a 4-hour podcast every day. Just put it up.
Yeah, that's it. 4 hours.
Yeah. You know,
all new material.
I was reading an article about the company yesterday, and I couldn't disagree with this guy's article saying that this place needs a visionary.
A visionary.
And I couldn't disagree with this fucking article, and that's all I'll say, because I'll get in trouble.
Wow.
But I kind of like that this guy was pointing it out.
A visionary.
Yeah, man. Yeah, a lot of these companies, especially new media. This was part of new media 8 years ago, 9 years ago.
Yeah, remember that?
Someone with a vision. Like fucking, what's his name? I forgot his name. Hugh Panero didn't have a vision. He knew the technology. And it's too bad they didn't have a visionary back then at XM.
Ass.
You know, you got these guys with the Instagram and all that. They're all just young guys, and they have a vision of what this could become, and just instead of just sitting there and hoping to survive.
Yeah, they're still working off the same ideology they were 8 years ago.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
And a lot has changed.
I didn't disagree with this guy. He had made some good points. You want the second part of that, or
what does he do? What is
more
he talking about? More about the Obama? The Obama?
We could do it, I guess. Michelle Obama's not beautiful, by the way.
No.
I do think she's attractive, though.
I have an attraction to some black women, and she doesn't do it for me.
She's a bruiser.
I think
her body parts are all out of whack.
How old is she? She's probably close to 50.
She looks like Earl.
She's probably mid-40s, and
I think she looks pretty good for mid-40s.
Her parts are out of whack. There's nothing proportionate about her when you're thinking of a beautiful woman.
I'll say this, though. She's not great in the sack. She's had 2 kids, too. No, dude, I'll bet you she's fantastic.
When do you think they bang?
Probably, I mean, not that old. I mean,
are they banging right now somewhere?
God.
I love thinking that shit. Or like on a weekend when you're just waking up on a Sunday morning, are they having like morning sex?
Come here and suck my dick. There she is, just fucking grabs her hair.
You think? I mean, how does that work, you think?
She's probably the, I would guess, the dominant one.
How it works, but... Oh, really?
Yeah, because she's very, very strong-willed, it seems. And again, he's such a powerful guy. He's a smart dude. I mean, he's the fucking, one of the head of the Harvard Law Review. He's a brilliant guy. So he probably likes a woman who just fucking spanks him.
You think Obama gets spanked?
Oh my
it
God!
Wouldn't surprise me.
Getting spanked.
Maybe not spanked. I don't know if black guys are into that. Maybe not spanked.
But a strap on.
But I'll bet you that she's the boss in bed. I would bet that because he's a powerful guy.
I understand, like, that shit goes on, but it's so weird to think the president.
It really, yeah.
That's really bizarre to me.
She probably lays him on his back and chokes him a little bit and straddles him and takes charge. She's probably the fucking boss in bed. I'll bet you that's one of the things he likes about her.
Imagine a strap on. She's just fucking plugging him from behind. He's like, oh, the president.
This is what you're doing to the country.
Oh, man.
That's funny.
I can't picture Bush and his wife banging either one. Clinton I could picture. Because, again, he had the vibe.
They weren't banging.
But I mean, I can at least see it. These two, I can definitely see it because they look younger.
I don't know shit, but I think they just had kind of an open
Clinton?
Kind of an open marriage, an understanding, I think.
Yeah,
but it wasn't supposed to reach our fucking eyes and ears.
Whoops.
I think that's what that's about.
But it did. Whoopsie.
Their marriage was good for both their businesses.
Yeah.
I just feel like they fell out of love years and years ago, and they had an understanding. And that's probably why she was so pissed. Like, you were supposed to fucking keep this behind closed fucking doors.
Under your hat.
But Laura Bush, now we're talking. That's the first one now. I'm taking a little peek.
See, Laura Bush, I like, but she doesn't do it. She looks too momish. She looks too maternal.
Out of those three, though?
Oh, Michelle Obama.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God.
But without a doubt.
Oh, God. I would go. Is this how we got suspended last time? Are we allowed to talk about this?
I don't know. No, we can't.
You got fucking Laura Bush.
I'll talk.
She looks nuts in that picture. That's a bad picture of Laura Bush.
Her eyes get a little goofy, but
she does have like a go funny eyes and shit.
Yeah, but you see,
look at that one. It's dipping in.
Yeah. The only first lady I would rather fuck than Michelle Obama, I would say, would be Jackie Kennedy, because she was hotter.
Her eyes were too far apart.
I'd be from Mary Todd Lincoln.
I was obsessed with her eyes being too
far apart.
Were
they too far apart?
Yes, they were.
Jackie O, she's weird.
Her eyes were too far apart. Yeah,
I'll bet you she
was a very good-looking woman, but I always saw that in pictures.
I don't know why I think she had a big puss.
Yeah, what fat?
I don't know. Yeah,
what
man.
What are we doing?
I was at the Carlisle recently, where she lived. After all those years, I went there to have a beverage.
You found some pubes?
I did, the curly ones, and I found a piece of head. I was like, wow. But there's a picture of JFK walking out the door, and a picture of Jackie. It's really, you don't see many places you can go into where there's a photo of JFK leaving.
Wait, you went into the Carlisle?
You can go in there and have drinks and eat.
Is the Carlisle where...
It's on 74th and Madison. And it's where she lived after she lived, I think. They had a place there. They spent a lot to together.
I didn't know that's where she was.
Oh.
Cool.
Yeah.
I tell you, I went by Carlin's place finally.
Where is it?
I bike a lot, and I 121st Street between Amsterdam and Broadway, and I even Googled it to make sure. Yeah, I
think
tweeted.
I saw your Twitter.
I can't do it justice. It's hard to fucking take a picture from the street like that. But,
Is it his old house?
It's pretty fucking cool, man. And there were people just. They have no. I don't think they have an idea that George Carlin, lived there in New York when he was growing up.
Huh.
If you read any of his books and autobiographies and all that shit, he talks about that area a lot. Yeah, it was neat.
Did they name it after him?
Not
on the
yet.
street?
No.
Some asshole Catholic or some priest or somebody.
Oh, yeah.
Or maybe a Baptist reverend.
kibosh
Is that what's
on
going on with
Is
that?
it the language you use? Yeah, these dumb fucks. Plus, he really did give a beating to their shitty fucking teachings.
I think it's called Morningside or something like that up there. It's a nice area because everyone's tweeting me like, "Be careful, they're going to steal your bike."
Yeah, they might be right. You got to watch it up there.
Well, I try to be careful, but it seemed like a pretty good area. Didn't seem bad at all.
I'm looking at Imus's playlist, and one of them is Drive By My Train.
Oh, is it?
That's what we heard today. I really did like those train songs.
Yeah, absolutely. Huh?
Is it?
You talk about the new single.
To the mic, Sam. I want to hear your beautiful voice. Come on, baby.
Well, his mic's been
Is it
fucked up
big?
all day.
Drive-by?
How big of a band are they? Because again,
Range. Oh my God, they're massive.
There's the chick I can't figure out again.
she's sexy, man.
I know.
She looks like the girl from Lethal Weapon 2, who was Mel Gibson fell for and was killed.
How much hotter if you cover up the short chin?
Does she have a short chin?
Yeah, that's the problem.
But I don't care. It's
She has
like
a big mouth, like a large
she's got
mouth.
like a quirky kind of look.
Suck
but
it.
She's got her eyes are really big.
I think she looks really good.
Yeah, she's
That's
good.
my decision now.
I'd let her suck.
You like her?
It's official.
She's a
You
big
officially
neck and a
like
little
her?
chin.
Oh
She
God,
looks like Kenny.
Kenny.
Facebook's at $22 a share.
No.
What? Oh no, I read that wrong.
Some people just freaked out. I know. It is down $1.37 though.
Oh, it's in trouble.
$32.66 a share.
It's dropping below 30 today.
That's embarrassing for the company,
But
isn't
then
it?
it might come back.
Yeah.
Little fucking day traders might have fun with that today.
I don't know.
It was. I'll tell you what it's at. It was $34.03. That's a heck of a drop off from $38.
Certainly is. Especially when that's the IPO and you felt lucky to get in at $38.
What's the difference? What's the time span from an IPO to the public?
It's usually the same day. It's like right when it happens.
Wow, she's pretty, dude.
Yeah.
She's beautiful, man, actually. What's her name? Who is that bitch? Find me that bitch's information.
Yeah,
She's beautiful.
Maybe it's her hair that fucked it all up.
She's an interesting face.
Yeah.
I like the one on the left.
I would fucking smooch with her in the car.
She's got a...
Cup her tits.
Look at her. That looks great.
Dude,
There's
she
nothing
is
wrong
pretty,
with her.
man.
She's very pretty.
I love her little mouth. Like, she has cute, like, she has a teeny little gap, it looks like, in the front teeth.
Yes.
But it works. She's fucking knockout.
That gap shit works, huh?
Yes. They either look really good or they look like...
What's her name?
I asked first.
No, Ant's been on her
who
a
is this
while.
girl?
Ant gets dibs on this one.
I get dibs on her.
That's not her, Sam.
I get
Sam.
Is that the same one? You keep
Yeah, maybe I'll
fucking
fuck
up.
her.
She looks different on the internet.
That didn't
I don't
look
know if
like
that's
her.
the same
A
one.
lot of people to go through.
That
here.
didn't look like
I
her.
think that was her.
Yeah, maybe I'll fucking show her. Maybe I'll fucking show her the old bulge.
Well, maybe if you put...
Why do you got to fucking
Show the old bulge.
Jimmy's got a boner.
Got a halfie.
Why you got a halfie?
Maybe if you put CNBC, morning show, blonde chick,
and then we'll get
and Google.
Then we'll get her name. Louis
how that
C.K. in
works.
studio.
Louis.
What's up, Louis?
How you doing, man?
Hey, Four Eyes.
You got
No,
it.
these are
You
these
nailed
are
'em.
glasses.
Oh.
Yeah, no, that's so
Not
weird. You gotta have
eyes.
4 eyes.
Hey, Two Eyes, Two Lenses.
Jimmy,
Stop leaning, Roland.
you just missed Jimmy's boner. We're trying to figure out why you got a boner.
I'm looking at
today.
that chick.
That's what it... I thought you had it before that.
No, I just got that. I got like a half a rod.
You got an erection?
Half a rod. Not a full one, but I bent it so it looks more presentable.
There's a girl from CNBC that looks really hot.
And so he got a boner
and
from,
Jimmy
from
got
a girl
boner
on a monitor?
from
Yeah.
glancing at the
really?
TV screen.
I was just poking it a little bit, and sometimes when I poke it, it responds.
Sure.
It wakes
Yeah.
up for the day.
Yeah, it becomes turgid.
You poking it for?
Why wouldn't you?
I remember you pissed in my oatmeal one morning, right here at this counter. You took out your dick and pissed into my oatmeal.
Do you remember this, Jimmy?
Yeah,
I don't remember. No,
don't remember that
Did I really do that? Oh,
Yeah.
good for me.
about 2 ounces.
Yay me.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I don't remember doing that. Well, how are you, Lou?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Oh, that's interesting.
I have an apnea. No, I have an apnea mask. It's not working out yet, but I'm getting there.
You have a what?
Sleep apnea mask.
Sleep apnea. You sleep with one of those masks?
Show Louis the picture.
Well,
See, I thought somebody told me I should get one of those.
they probably meant just to walk around with.
How's your kid doing?
Good.
Good. How old now?
2.
Oh my God!
Just
Is that
turned
your
2.
kid? Oh, what happened? No.
Yeah.
Because usually somebody shows you a picture while you're asking about a kid.
But Jimmy,
that's really fucking gross. That's disgusting. Really, that's you at sleep time?
Yes. Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
Man, you don't have to do that.
I do. I wake up a lot. I'm always tired.
Wow.
But it also pumps air in his face so fast that his lips go.
Yeah, well, no, what happens is
that's how he woke up last night.
That chin strap at the bottom holds my mouth together so the air doesn't blow out my mouth. But sometimes, like, the air is so strong, it's like, I woke up, I swear to this. It's fucking humiliating. What's her name? She's fucking lovely.
Are you filling up again?
No, I won't fill up now because Louis is too close to me.
How many hours sleep did you get with the new
about an hour
accessories?
About an hour. Oh, fuck. She with a guy.
You only did an hour?
I think that would put too much pressure on me to sleep. You know,
You get used to it, though. It's like, I'm just doing it.
How do you roll around in bed without choking yourself?
No, it's okay. It's a long tube, and it's a little uncomfortable.
Is it like, do they put pure oxygen in there?
No, it's just air. You go through. There's a humidifier in it with distilled water. And
that sounds good, though.
It is.
I always feel like I'm breathing in dry air in New York City.
My throat's not dry at all.
Yeah,
in case anybody wants to know my throat moisture ratio, it's pretty good.
I wake up with a dry throat every morning from the stupid New York City air.
Not me.
Because everyone has to keep their heat on still. What the fuck? It's almost
my
June.
building's still the heat
Right?
blasts if it's 60 degrees.
I didn't even I turned on my heat twice this winter.
I had it one day this year where I had the AC on fighting the heat.
Yeah, that's what I do.
AC and heat on at the same
We have
time.
the AC on during the winter because everyone heats up their apartments and all the heat fucking rises.
I do not like that whole, common heat thing where it's like, oh, we turned it on for the whole building.
Yeah,
like, no.
I know, I don't get that.
Because you don't know when it comes on and then when it shuts off.
We have old radiators where I reach in, when there's like 8 dead mice around it.
Yeah.
Have you seen mice in it?
There's quite a few dead mice around my radiator, yeah.
Really?
Oh, no.
Yeah, a lot of dead mice.
We had Train in here, and they were talking about the faggots.
What is that?
Train is a great band.
Oh, yeah,
great
I love
band.
them.
They love you. They love you. That's what I'm getting
me
at.
too, totally.
They got a new CD out called California 37. They came in, performed a couple songs, and then they did Ramble On by Zeppelin. It was amazing. But the first thing they said, they recognized Jimmy from your show, the faggot scene. They're like, it was the most amazing scene.
Yeah, people like that.
But he said it's the most amazing fucking scene he's ever seen on TV.
Oh, that's nice.
The faggot scene is what
nice
people...
coming
I
from
call
them.
it the faggot scene. I know. I call it the faggot scene. I don't know how else.
No, you're right. That's what it is.
Faggot scene.
Yes, they say that about every scene I do.
Yeah. But they gave you massive props.
That's nice to know that.
And then they got mad at Slash. It's been a long day, Will.
They got mad at Slash,
and I wasn't allowed back to the studio. It was a whole thing.
Well, Slash's people really.
We're a little intense today.
They want Slash here.
Yeah.
Is it his band or something?
No.
Okay,
I know,
sorry.
it's two different
They
bands.
wanted to take a
Okay, so
picture with Slash.
What?
They wanted to take a picture with Slash. They were leaving when Slash was coming in.
And he wouldn't take it?
No.
Well, he's like, it's like the president and then Slash, right? It's like...
Yeah, I think that's how they think.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
The guy from that band?
That seems to be the
that's
case.
not together for a long time?
Guns N'
Right. Out
Roses.
of 3 good hits? Really? Slash?
He's a pretty legendary guy. He's a legendary guy.
But you need to tell me that.
Yeah.
I don't know what I mean.
You weren't a Guns N' Roses guy?
No, I like Guns N' Roses. They were good.
Just the basic songs that you heard on the
But,
radio?
I don't know. I don't take pictures with people either, so...
You never
I'm not
do,
a big
right?
Never
shot.
did?
I'm not a big shot. I stopped.
When you got real famous?
Yeah, because it's everybody wants one. And I actually like meeting people. I like when people come up to me and say hello and I like your show. I find that I'm very grateful.
Yeah.
And I like to talk to them. But I found I was shrinking away from people because I really hate taking a picture with a person.
Oh,
It's
you
just a
stopped taking it
moment I
with
don't
fans?
like. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't do it. So now I'm able
wow.
to meet people. I say to them, no, I won't take a picture, and they get a kind of a funny look. And I shake their hand and I say, what's your name, though, and where are you from? And I talk to them.
Oh, but the whole time they're just going, fucking
Fuck,
asshole.
my
won't give me a
picture. Yeah, they don't really want to meet you.
Oh, this is great.
They want to put it on their Facebook.
So now instead of fucking
You're killing them. You're
instead of
killing
having a picture to show people, I have a story.
Right.
So then
I'll write out my
Louis
story
shook
on
my
Facebook.
hand and Yeah, it's like you want to show him a picture.
Louis asked my name, and I
It's not my
told
job
him.
to make those fucking people happy.
That's
I don't care.
true.
You can't get everything you want.
Yeah.
You know? Get every fucking single
I gotta
thing you
agree
want.
with you. Oh, that would drive Jimmy nuts.
Oh,
You can't get a picture with somebody.
And then they make you talk to him for a minute.
I wouldn't mind, but then I would think that I was building a relationship, and I go, look, we do the picture at the end.
Some people do that. Like after I've talked to him for a bit, they're like, all right.
Like
anyway,
now-
so now can we have the picture? And I go, no, we still can't have the picture.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's just what you don't like taking pictures.
I don't like that. I don't like living that moment. And because I'm asked a few times a day, I don't care if
You
I
don't
sound
like
like
the
an
arm
asshole.
around with the smile?
I don't like it. But I like talking to them. So I separated the two things
I
out
don't like
from each
either.
other.
I don't think you like talking to
I
them.
like
You couldn't.
talking.
How about
No, I do. I actually
How about
like
you do
it.
both?
Yeah, I'll do the picture.
Yeah, and
but
a
no
little story.
talk.
And a little story time.
Yeah, how about this? No words.
Yeah.
A little story time and a picture.
Photo, leave,
Right.
no words.
Yeah.
And no touching.
I don't mind a little touching.
I don't mind. I don't know. I don't know what this whole thing about the arm around guys. Where did that come
Where did
from?
you become a person that gets to put your arm around me?
I don't put my arm around people I've known for fucking
that's
years.
the thing.
And I'm doing it to some guy, hey, can we just get a picture?
Well, because when you stand there, it just looks weird.
Whatever it is, we're
You got to do
standing
something
there.
with your arms. They're just
No,
kind of
you
like
don't.
flopping around.
I told you Seinfeld said that to somebody at the cellar. I saw him. It was.
That's great.
He was standing waiting to walk out the cellar door, and he had his hands by, and some Israeli guy went to, and he goes, "We don't know each other. We don't need to touch." It was very awkward and beautifully honest.
That's great, man.
You're in the paper today.
Me?
I am?
Yes.
What did I do?
You didn't do anything bad, Louis C.K. Are you offering an audio version of your Beacon show or something?
Yeah.
That was in the paper today.
Yeah, if people bought the Beacon special, they can go. It's already there for free. Like they can, if you bought it, then it's like added to your download account.
Fuck, is that nice of you?
And then if you buy one, you get a new one. And the reason I'm doing it partly is because there's new stuff on there. There's a new CD called audio special,
Right.
Live at the Carnegie Hall.
Right.
So the audio version of Beacon, I wanted to offer it anyway. It's no big deal. I wasn't gonna charge for it, but then people come and then maybe they buy the new one.
That's a
and
very
also
good idea.
Shameless, my first HBO special.
Yeah.
That's also an audio version of that. I went to HBO and asked them if I could sell it, and they said, we don't care. So I give them half of it, but it's selling pretty good.
Well, that means
Shameless.
they cared.
Yeah, exactly.
That
they
means
get
they
money.
cared.
They get money that nobody was getting.
Right, I hear you.
So
how'd you figure all that out? Did you have someone come to you? You're doing so many things differently.
Well,
Did you always know this, and you just?
It's because I'm curious. What's happened?
No, I just wanted to answer like
Jimmy's trying to
know,
answer
but
all the questions.
I really don't know.
Like, did you always know you wanted to do things differently, and you just had to figure it out?
Well, I'm a very curious person, so I like to. What is he doing? He's doing something.
I'm really not. I swear to God, when you said I'm very curious, I just wanted to go, are you bi-curious?
Jimmy's kidding tonight. What made you so...
I'm overly tired.
What? Oh, that's why? Yeah, when Jimmy's overly tired.
So that mask is really helping that.
Yeah, I know. It's a fucking torture, Jim.
I would rather die if I wouldn't be fucking getting an iron lung every night.
Because everyone's now looking at you. But,
Yeah.
But you always...
Well, I like to do. I'm very curious about how, like, whenever I'm presented with a new thing, like, now you can put out a special. I'm like, well, how does it work? I'm interested in how all that works.
Okay.
So, like, I'm selling all my tickets for this. I'm going on tour this fall, and I'm selling all the tickets on my website because I got curious, like, how does that work? Instead of just going, okay, let those guys that do that do it, and then I get emails from people saying, you know what, I was charged $25 for or whatever it is
to
for
buy the
ticket
ticket.
fees.
Right.
When you buy a Ticketmaster ticket and StubHub has an ad on the back of the ticket, So I got curious about that, so I'm selling all the tickets on my website, and there's going to be no ticket charges.
That's great, but now I got
smart,
I got two more questions for you.
Yeah.
Is there any backlash because you're doing business differently and cutting out a lot of people?
Well, I'm not
Are you
doing it
feeling that yet?
aggressively against anybody. I'm just offering
But some of these
I'm just
venues-
being an American and offering an alternative.
No, I understand that, but some of these venues are connected to the ticket.
They all are.
brokers.
Well, a lot of them are.
and they're
so
cool
we,
so
we-
far.
It took a really long. No, we didn't use those venues. It took a lot of work. We had to
find
go to
venues.
every city in America to find a venue that would
do it your way.
That would let us use our own ticketing service.
They're going to get worked over one of these days.
And we also we get the emails from the people who buy the tickets.
Right.
I get those.
Gotcha.
So those are the Glengarry leads. Those are good leads.
I remember you talking about that last
Where
time.
are my good leads?
Yeah. So that's. Yeah, but anyway, I don't know what's going to. My mom said that someone's going to kill you. My mom said someone's going to.
That's
take you
great,
out.
though.
But it's fun. It's so fun to do it this way. It really is. Like every city, we found out like a weird venue in some cities that had never done comedy, and a lot of venues have a locked deal with Ticketmaster. Live Nation owns a lot of venues. And I don't have any problem with these companies. I've done business with them for years. Live Nation has promoted a lot of shows that I've done. MSG has a Ticketmaster deal. I fucking love Madison Square Garden, and I play the Beacon. That's an MSG room. But I'm just going to try something different. I'm going to try. I want to bring the price down for people because there's still a recession, and it takes more work for me. Like in some places, I have to park and do more shows to accomplish this.
Right.
But the end result is everybody's paying literally half of what they would have paid.
Right.
I'm trying to keep the tickets at $35, no fee. That's the
goal.
That's the goal. And then I end up making a decent amount of money. I just have to we had to work harder at structuring the deals with each venue.
And the last question, then we can move on to other shit.
Yeah.
Are you happy that other guys are following you down this road?
I don't know how they're doing. I mean, a couple of guys have done the video.
Jim Gaffigan.
Yeah, I don't know how they did. I don't know. But
But are you happy that you started this?
Sure.
Because you knew other people were going to copy it.
Yeah, that's fine.
You're cool with all
Dude,
that.
you went up
Any
in
good
time.
idea is worth,
Right.
That's one of the 100 most influential people in the fucking.
That's
amazing,
why I want to talk
dude.
to him about this shit.
That's amazing that you change things that much.
It's really fun to be to study it and to get to be the person that gets the cost report instead of just reading about it. To me, that's why I do it, because I'm curious, and it doesn't. If I figured the loss would be worth it, and again the gain would be really good. They're putting the new thing on the site that I put in,
right?
Because I have about 220,000 people that have subscribed to my email. And you had to aggressively say you wanted it. I opt you out automatically.
Oh, see? A lot of people don't do that.
No, they don't. The yes is always pre-checked. So I pre-check no. And then, so if you said yes, that's a strong yes. That means you want to hear from me. So I figured I've got 220,000 people. I put a new audio CD out. I give everybody an email with a buy this for $5 button. And I told myself easily half of them. There's no way I'm not getting 100,000 sales immediately. So I got about 1,000 out of the 220,000, and 5,000 people in 2 minutes dropped the list. They all opted out.
Shit.
My email list went from 220,000
I wonder why
to
that
215 like in a second.
What do they want, jokes?
Yeah, they're just like, fuck you. They heard from me once, and I don't abuse it. Like, I don't write to them and bother them. Once,
one time.
6 months after
Fuck
they
this spamming shit.
Fuck off from my fucking email.
Were you mad or no?
What? No, I understand.
He probably laughed at it.
No, it was great. And the CDs are doing well, the new things. They're doing really well. Not nearly as well as the Beacon Theater thing went.
Right.
I don't know that anything will ever do that well. But also, I put those out there to keep the shop open, just to keep stuff going out. We'll see how the tickets do. That's going to be the big test.
Yeah. Because
I'm not going to have that Ticketmaster blast.
Yeah.
Right. It'll be a hot item. You have enough people on Twitter.
Yeah, I think Louis.
It'll be a hot item.
Yeah.
Louis got a few bucks now.
That's smart, though, man.
Got a little bit of money. I'd have more if I did things differently. The more traditionally, I'd have more money.
Right. But in the end, this is really going to work out.
I think it might.
Did you treat yourself now that you have a lot more money?
Sure. I got a really nice car. And
what kind of car you got?
I got a car that I got in this room. I actually should give you guys, I should thank you for the car that I drive.
What is
interesting?
Because I got it last year. It was before this stuff, really.
Oh, is it a Ford AIDS?
It's a Ford AIDS hybrid. No, I was I had an Infiniti and my lease was up, and I was thinking of buying a car, and then I put a show up at the Borgata. And it sold out really quickly, and it was a big. It was more money than I'd ever been offered for one show before, and then it sold out. So I said, "Let's do another one." And the Borgata didn't want to; they thought it was a risk. So I told them, "Put it on sale, and I won't. And you can pay me like you don't have to guarantee the money. I told them, pay me how many tickets I sell. So if there's only 100 people, don't pay me."
Wow.
And then I came here to promote it. And Rumsfeld was on the phone.
Rumsfeld.
Oh, right.
And I came here explicitly to cause trouble and sell tickets. And I asked you guys first if I could talk to Rumsfeld,
Yes,
and you
you
let
did,
me. And so if you remember, I kept telling Rumsfeld, like at one point he said, "Who is this guy?" And I said, "I'm at the Borgata. We had just added a show," and I kept mentioning the Borgata. And we sold out. That thing went viral, and we sold out in 2 days.
Wow.
And I took the money from that show, and I bought the car outright with the money.
What was the car? You don't want to say?
Well, I don't want to tell people what I drive.
Fair enough.
It's nice, though.
Nice.
It is nice.
It's a fucking nice car.
Fucking nice car.
Yeah. And I own it completely. I've never in my life. I grew up pretty poor.
Right.
I never owned a car
You
outright.
just went with
except for a guy.
cash.
The Datsun B210 was the last car I owned outright.
Right.
And I bought this thing.
You couldn't
with
lease
cash.
it? Did you not want to lease it?
I didn't want to. I just wanted to own it and have it be
I
mine.
buy my cars cash.
Oh, I
That's one
lease.
thing I do.
I
Fuck
lease and
that.
give it back.
Cash.
Yeah.
And
I don't
I
do enough miles.
No, I pass it on to somebody else, and then I get another one.
No,
That's what
I
do.
give it back
That's
and
what
get
I
a new one
used
for
to do,
myself.
but I really wanted this.
But they're
thing.
making that a pain in the ass now, making the person you sell it to, pay the taxes. It's a whole nightmare now.
Yeah.
You used to be able to just say, "Here, give me $1. This
God
car's
forbid
yours."
something goes from one person to another without them shoving their hand in
That's
there.
what I didn't want to do. Though. You know what,
They've made
though?
it more complicated to do that.
I bought this car with no bank loan, no lease, nothing.
Yeah.
And I thought that's as simple as it gets. I'm buying a car.
Yeah.
And they
anything
put
else.
me on like 20. I get phone calls all the time now from marketers, from the fucking guys who I bought the
really?
car from.
Wow.
Because, hey, this guy's got some
Fucking
cash.
Make me, yeah. So
Hey, why don't we call him up?
So was the Rumsfeld one of those steps in your career that pushed you to that next
Definitely
level?
was a nice, that was a nice thing.
Yeah.
It was any viral video goes to people that don't know who you are.
Some of your videos online are just
Some of them
millions
go out
and
yeah,
millions of views.
once in a while. Not nearly as much though as like some girl talking about
I know.
oral sex and she didn't never do it before.
Yeah, I know. She has braces.
I just think it would be weird. It's like fucking 600 million hits.
We're just pigs.
Yes,
We're just
that's
pigs.
what. There's some girl in a tank top. Like I went to see what the top hits are once.
Right.
Like the hundreds of millions hits.
Yeah, yeah.
And some girl in a tank top who literally, like, she's a virgin and talks about sex.
Yeah, doing nothing.
Like 400, 500, like the whole country.
Yeah, yeah.
Like the population of the
Everyone
United
in the
States has
country.
seen it.
It's actually just 20 guys jerking off.
And she's saying nothing. She's not really.
It's just
showing
Anthony
anything.
in a weekend.
Yeah. Wow, I got to
I
see this
forget.
video
It
now.
was several months ago, so I don't know if it's still
I know,
up there.
but now I just got to see it. You're right. Sex sells, man. It always will. Fucking always will.
Sex and fights. People like to watch
Fights.
people get hurt.
Some getting kicked in the balls.
Teenage black girls fighting with those windmill punches.
Those are great.
Got to see that.
Windmills, and their head is so far back. Like,
Yeah.
they just want to lead with their windmills. They don't want their face getting hit.
Yes.
And just pulling hair extensions
Oh,
out.
yeah.
Oh, I love all that shit.
Where my weave? It's on the street.
Right.
It's great. I love that shit.
I found a piece of weave on the streets of Cleveland
Yeah.
when we were up there.
And
Just
of
laying
course,
there.
you got the
Wow.
guys. Yeah, World Star Hip Hop, motherfucker! World Star Hip Hop! They just love videotaping people getting the shit beat out of them.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And people love watching it.
The national anthem should be "Oh shit."
Oh, shit.
Do you like hockey?
Oh, shit.
I love hockey. I went to a few
No,
of
I
the
know.
Rangers games.
Yeah. Everyone tweeted me that picture. He's in the front row.
Yeah,
Oh,
hockey's
nice.
the best spectator sport, live spectator sport
You
ever.
do like
That's
hockey.
I love it.
You're a
Yeah, I
Rangers-
don't follow teams that much.
So
I
you're
just
not like a
love being at a fucking Rangers game at MSG. That's really fun.
That picture went everywhere too because they
Yeah.
spotted you in the fucking audience
Behind the goalie.
Behind
yeah.
the goalie.
Yeah, because they come up right up to the fucking
Right.
glass. These guys smash into
Right.
each other.
Series tied 2-2.
Did you see the game last night?
Yes.
The coaches going at it.
I did.
They're gonna fight by the end of this.
I know,
Yeah,
that
this
was
is going to
great.
get ugly now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah, it's
That-
time for
they're
it
all
to be
hinting.
fighting.
And
I've
that
never been
guy's
to a
name
hockey
is-
game. I heard it's amazing.
If you're not a hockey fan, even, it's the greatest thing. Basketball, they just kind of go up and
I'm
down, and everybody acts cool.
yeah.
Baseball has its moments. I love baseball since way back, but hockey, it's non-stop.
Yeah, I
brutal.
noticed last night you can't relax and watch the game. You're
No.
just like, it's in front of the net.
Yeah,
Like,
and the brutality of the play, the regular play, not just
Yeah,
the fighting.
yeah.
I never, till I sat close, saw how many moments, like the moments that aren't on camera. Like there's a guy in the middle of the ice, and he's sort of going, "Hey, I'm open." So a guy on the other team comes up and just crushes him in the head with the stick, and it doesn't get called. And even the guy who got hit just goes, "Oh well," like he doesn't even.
That happened.
Oh, it's a legal hit.
And there were some board checks last night that were just like the move is great. They skate up real fast, spin around as they like jump and hit him with their back up against the fucking wall. It's fantastic.
Yeah. The rule is you can't leave the air. You can't get air. But they do it once in a while. They lift their skates up, so they're literally a missile.
Yeah.
Like a 300-pound missile.
And with their back, so it's like they're not even worried about their front getting hurt. They
Going to your point, hockey is it's exhausting for them to control the puck.
Yeah.
And you feel the anxiety as you're watching.
It's right there.
But they control it for 5 seconds. Oh, they don't have control anymore.
It's tension.
That's most of the game, just trying to control the fucking puck.
When that fucking puck just goes whoosh right in front of the net, and there's like no one there. You're like, God, it's right in front.
Or there's a guy right there, but he's a little off balance. It's a very clumsy game.
Yeah. It seems like there's a huge amount of skill, but there's a lot of luck that you're in the right place at the right time.
Well, it's a flow game. It's like you got a great team is one that, they can take advantage of a moment and get, that whenever there's one guy who's sort of on his skates and he's got the puck and everybody goes crazy, they're like, oh my God, there's a chance. No. God damn it.
I would just aim for the goal every time, no matter where I was. I would just try to fucking hit the goal.
It must take a lot of discipline, the guys who have
to not just shoot.
I saw one guy, he had an open shot, it looked like, but he passed it to the guy behind him and crushed the defenseman in front of him. He just tackled the guy in front of him.
But you don't really have a team. You're sort of a Rangers fan?
Well, I'm from Boston, so if the Bruins are in it, I go for them. But if they're not, I've become more of a New York fan. I've been here for like 25 years, and the only people that were ever assholes to me all live in Boston. So it's I have I have bad memories.
Not much love there.
Yeah, a lot of bad Boston memories.
Who's that fucking? What's that guy on the Rangers that gave a little shot to the goalie last night? To Devils goalie.
I did not watch.
That
the
was
game.
hilarious.
I just saw a few highlights.
And they would just did it on purpose to start and try to throw the Devils off the game a little bit.
Yeah.
Mike Rupp. Yeah.
I can't have either.
My favorite guy on the Rangers is that guy. Is it Burke? The guy, Boyle. He's like a thawed-out caveman. He's got this fucking blue-white skin, and he's about 7'2", it looks like. And he doesn't look fucking human. He's like Prussian or something.
Prussian.
One of those gone
old school guys.
Yeah.
The civilization is long gone.
Comes from another time.
Came from the Ottoman Empire.
Went to college in Mesopotamia.
He's brutal. He's one of those guys when he skates out there, you're like, all right, they're not trying to score now. This is
every team used the action last night. The goalies were amazing. I mean, obviously Lundqvist had some issues. But it was just amazing, though.
He also has two great shutouts in the series. It's only been done one other time.
Two great goalies. Yeah, each team used to have a goon, man.
And I just have no clue how anyone used to watch this on fucking standard definition 4:3 television.
I watched it on a black and white TV when I was a kid.
I can't imagine. Now you watch it HD, widescreen, and like the camera angles are amazing.
Mm-hmm.
They're showing 3 different angles on the net, and it was fucking amazing to watch.
All right, this is all good, but why all of a sudden hockey? Who are you seeing?
No,
You're seeing someone that likes
that.
hockey.
No, not at all.
In 18 years, we've
It's
never
the only
talked
sport
hockey.
with all white people. That's why
I finally figured it out.
Why are you into hockey all of a sudden?
No,
That's
you know
confusing.
why? Because it's Stanley Cup and the Rangers are in it.
It's
and
been
like,
the Stanley
all
Cup
right.
every year this time.
Are the Rangers in the Stanley Cup?
Well, no,
There's something going on.
Finals.
They're in the playoffs.
You don't want to tell us? There's something going on.
I swear, I would tell you. Well, I got nothing to hide. I would tell you. Swear.
You just decide hockey's it.
And last night people were bitching because I was watching America's Got Talent while the hockey game was on. And then when that was over, I turned on.
I'm mad.
It was a great hockey era. Was in the 70s when they had guys that didn't have helmets.
Oh yeah.
They made helmets mandatory, but they grandfathered in if you played without one.
Right,
so there was this era where the new young players had helmets, and the old guys didn't, and they just had blood on their fucking faces, and they were just these badass old men playing with no helmet.
I think they're doing that with the shields now. I
think the shields are getting to be.
You have to wear a shield if you come in now, but there's not many at this point. But guys, not
when you see some of the shit that happens, you're like, how did anyone not wear a helmet?
They goalies that didn't wear helmets.
Oh yeah, back at the original.
Glenn Hill, Kevin always talks about.
Oh my God,
which is obviously crazy. But back then, you really couldn't lift the puck that easily. That's why.
Why?
Because the sticks weren't as curved and all that
right.
shit.
You didn't have like the fucking.
People were still getting hit in the head, but not as much
the
as you
shoulder
would have,
shots. Yeah.
would have assumed. They just couldn't get that puck up
Getting
high
their
back
teeth
then.
knocked out.
And they used to have chain link fence.
Right,
above the boards.
it wasn't glass. It's chain link.
What is it? MSG Classic. Every once in a while, they'll show a hockey game from like 1952.
It was just savages hanging on it.
You'll see chain link fence. They didn't, invent the plexiglass yet.
That's crazy. I never saw that.
The only sport I'll go to now is UFC, but I would like to try a hockey game.
Hockey is. You would like hockey. You don't necessarily have to sit up close, but it's kind of cool to hear them trash talk and shit.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's fun to go to.
Oh, that's right.
I had never been to a game, but I got invited to go because that's one of the reasons that I got interested in it this year.
Oh yeah,
because hockey nobody goes.
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
Like you go to a basketball game and there's like 3 ex-presidents there and Jay-Z, 15 movie stars that don't even get on the jumbotron.
Right, yeah.
But hockey, they let me. If I go to try to get to a basketball game, I have to go get shitty high seat tickets.
Yeah.
But hockey, they're like, come on in.
Oh, Mr. Louis C.K. is joining us this evening.
I'm like the only one there.
Ladies and gentlemen, we bring your attention to the big screen. Louis C.K. is here this evening.
Well, we're into the 40s and they still have plexiglass. I'm telling you, I saw fucking.
Maybe it was only
senses or whatever. But the guy's not wearing a mask, obviously.
Did you go to the hockey game with a lady friend?
Oh, this time.
Fucking Jimmy. How are your daughters? Are they handling the
They're
new
great.
fame?
Yeah, I mean they're not famous,
but they
They're
don't.
just kids.
Do they know a difference though?
Yeah, that people come up to me on the street when
More
I'm
often?
with them. Yeah, so that gets a little annoying.
Are they rolling their eyes?
Well, I'll be talking to my daughter, and we're having a real conversation, and someone will step between us and say, "Oh my fucking god!"
Oh my god!
And I'm like, I was just talking to her about a big moment in her life.
Oh,
She just got her period, you idiot.
Do you correct them and say, "Sir, I'm talking to my daughter"?
I put a finger up, like, excuse me, and they all ignore it. It's weird. People don't give a shit. But often there is a girlfriend pulling the guy away, going, he's with his kids. And he's like, what? I just want a fucking picture.
He's cool. I'm a fan.
Yeah.
Have you had any dicks turn on you? Like, people are like, what the fuck, dude?
No, not really. Not really.
That's good.
I think that only happens if you're really aggressive with people. Right. But mostly people. I can tell sometimes when as their faces turn away from me, I can tell them, go, what a fucking asshole. I know I disappoint some people in the world.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
Yeah, that's true.
The idea of people going off away from me and saying that guy's an asshole, it's not the end of the world. It's okay for that to happen.
Yeah.
As long as I feel like I did the right thing. I mean, if I try to connect with a person and say hello, and that's not okay for them,
okay.
fuck them. Or if I'm with my kids and I'm trying to finish a conversation with my daughter instead of talking to some guy, and he thinks that's shitty, and
then fuck him.
Fuck him.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I just can't wait until your phase of getting to meet the people is over, because the more famous you get, believe me, there's a window on this phase of when
I'm not going to want to do it anymore.
Oh, please.
No, you're absolutely right.
But at least I talk to them, and wait till these fucking Mayberry days are over. Somebody did.
Why are they called Mayberry days?
Because it's friendly and hometowny. Hey, no picture, but let's get to know each other.
Yeah,
like coffee or decaf?
I saw Jim, what's his name? Fucking Captain Kirk. What's his name? The original.
Oh, that's
fucking
Shatner?
Shatner. Jim William Shatner.
I know,
Jim William
Jim Kirk.
No, Jim Kirk.
Shatner.
I saw the character. I saw James T. Kirk going into 30 Rock to do Conan. I was working there at the time and having a cigarette outside, and he was coming in, and he comes out of the town car, and a bunch of people walk up, and before anybody gets to him, he puts his hands up and says, "This is not fun anymore." And he just walks in, and they all just, their hands all drop, and they're
bummed out.
They were stunned.
That's great.
This is not fun anymore.
This is not
Good
fun
for
anymore.
him. You know how long he's been fucking dealing with that shit?
Oh, yeah.
And those fans?
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, they feel they own him.
We love him,
Yeah.
though, man. He comes in here.
He's
I
a great
love it.
dude.
He's great. I love him.
He's a
He's
character.
such a blast.
Fucking 80 years old. He's still writing books and working.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking
Yeah.
depressing.
I like just throwing in Star Trek references, no matter what he's talking about. He gets so he's like, what do you mean? I don't remember that. Like, all right. He was trying to talk about something. I start quoting Wrath of Khan, and he's just, why?
He has to understand, though. Let's be honest.
Of course he does.
You aren't going to become an icon from T.J. Hooker.
No.
Or rescue 911. Yes, time is of the essence. Hypothermia was setting in. It was always hypothermia on that goddamn show. Right, we get it. The Mexican fell in the river. Southern California. Southern California is always about them trying to fish Mexicans out of the river. I used to play in those riverbeds out there in California.
You did?
Yeah,
When?
yeah.
What part of your life?
Oh, my God. When I was like 13, 14, I lived out there in San Juan Capistrano where the swallows come
Really?
back. Yeah. Had a horse.
You had a horse?
Yeah, I was
What
I was an equestrian guy. I had a horse. I wore
I thought you
the
grew up in some
cowboy
little
hat.
apartment in Long Island with a shitty family.
I
At
did.
what point did you have a horse in San Juan Capistrano?
That was the
fuck is that? Is
that was
no
the early part of my life, and then I went out to San Juan Capistrano, lived with my dad out there.
Yeah.
Because when my parents split up, he went out to California.
And you went with your dad?
Well, not right away. I stayed with my mom and then vacationed. It was like finally, all right, we're going to go
Your
see Dad.
who said when you cried, he said you had pissy eyes?
Pissy eyes and that I was being a faggot. Yeah.
But come out and stay with me in California, though, and I'll give you a horse.
Well, it was kind of cool because I went out there to visit, and like he gave me a horse, and it was really cool. And I was like, I had to call my mom. I was like, oh, Mom, I'm going to fucking hang out here.
Anthony and his brother went out on a bus like fucking Ratso Rizzo and John Voight.
No, I was when we went back
on
to
the way
New York.
back.
We went back to New York. My mom sent money out.
No, this is
My
great.
mom sent money out for plane tickets for me and my brother to come back, and my father cashed in the tickets and bought us bus tickets.
And then he kept the difference.
And kept the difference.
But how old were you
you
again?
Like 15.
15 and...
Yeah, 15.
I can't imagine. My parents were
cross-country bus.
On a Greyhound bus all the way cross country. It took like fucking almost 2 weeks. They stopped everywhere. There were
Did your
bums
mother
getting
wonder
on.
why you didn't fly right home?
No. She kind of knew. When we told her, we were on a bus, she was like, "Fucking Joey."
Why didn't she buy an e-ticket?
What? There was no e-ticket.
Was it really 2 weeks?
It was almost 2 weeks.
That's something that
like
would
10
take.
days
That's
or
like
something
a
like that.
stagecoach.
Yeah, it was crazy. And we just met like male prostitutes that were going to Chicago and fucking. There's this chick that was going to Cheyenne, and it was just like everybody was getting on and getting off. There was an Ouzo bum that was just passed out in the back for a few cities.
That sounds cool.
And then he gets off.
That sounds kind of
not
cool.
when you're 15.
Were you scared?
Yeah, I was
little
petrified.
scared, right?
I was fucking scaredy cat, pissy-eyed Anthony.
When you
petrified.
when you
And your brother was younger or older?
He was older, so he was it was kind of good.
How old was he?
He was
17?
18 months older than me.
Fuck.
So he was 16 and change, maybe.
When you called your mom and said you were staying with Dad, was she bummed or happy?
No, she was bummed. She was
was.
like really bummed. But she could have probably pulled some custody shit at that point, but she didn't want to. She's like, oh, let him figure this out for himself.
It's just interesting to me. Your dad was cruel to you, but he wanted you to live with him.
Yeah, and it was
He wanted your company.
And the cruelty was part of who he was.
Yeah.
But then there was also I had the horse. I was able to drink.
Yeah.
That
He got
was
him
nice.
laid. And he got him
me laid. That was nice.
Wow.
Like so, there were all those good. He didn't really give a flying fuck if I went to school or not. So that was pretty cool.
Wow.
And then I finally,
I get you wanted to hang out with him, and
yeah.
you grew up with his the brutality part, so you didn't. It wasn't like an adaptation.
No,
but the thing
it
that
was-
fascinates me is that he treated you that way, but it wasn't a rejection of you. He was like, yeah, but stay with me, be in my life.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. It was.
He wanted to man you up. He was worried you were going to be a
Right.
homosexual.
He didn't want me
and
to
he
turn
wanted to
into,
fucking keep his eye on it so his lineage wasn't around fucking
Right, he
being
didn't
a
want
fruit.
me being a queer.
He was worried about
as he
Anthony.
said. He was worried I was going to turn queer on him.
Wow.
And what are you going to do?
Wow.
So it was all about making sure I got a lot of guns that were bought for me when I was out there. A lot of guns.
Yeah.
A lot of horseback riding and driving of dune buggies and things like that, and of getting laid and all that stuff, so that I wouldn't fall into that pit of homosexuality.
Right.
That I guess he thought I was imminently, precariously
What a
perched
funny
on the fence.
thing. It's like have this toxic, fucked up life for this age so that you won't be gay.
Yes, so I won't
just
be
as long
gay.
as you're not gay.
Yeah.
Be a drunk, gun-toting, uneducated,
School skipping.
Yeah, and things just never
As long
change.
as you're not gay.
It's like,
Nothing
as
ever
long as I'm not
changed.
gay. It's like that. Yeah. And meanwhile, now I hoard guns.
Yeah, you're
I
your
love
dad.
drinking.
Is he still alive, your dad?
No, he was gone in like '95 around there. But it was just
Wow.
But I'm a lot more, I think, responsible than he was. That's for sure.
Yeah.
He couldn't
That's
hold
not
a
saying
job
what-
for fucking
the
a month, and we were always moving. It was like, oh wow, we were all psyched. Oh, this nice house, and I always wondered why my mom wasn't happy that we just moved. It's like, oh, it's a nice house. Yeah, all right, put your shit in there, man. And it was like, oh, that's because in like 6 months we'll be getting thrown out of this place and moving progressively to worse and worse towns on Long Island.
Wow.
Until we ended up in like CI. Yeah. Then he finally, they finally got divorced. I remember Mom giving me the old speech. She's like, okay, kids, come into the room. Now, it's not your fault.
And it was just the two of you and your brother.
Me, my brother, and my sister. My
And
younger
how old
sister.
were you when you were the youngest?
No, my
She
sister was the youngest.
She
I
was
was
how
in the middle.
old when you divorced?
She was probably to 8, something like that.
Yeah.
It was like 10.
That's rough.
Something
I
like
was
that.
I was 10 when my parents divorced.
Yeah,
and I was
yeah.
the youngest.
I was like 10.
I found out after my mother said my dad wanted to leave, and she said you have to stay till he's 10.
Oh,
so
wow.
they stayed married for 3 miserable years, just waiting for me to turn 10. Like the 3
And it's
worst
like,
years.
as you're blowing out candles, he's putting luggage in the car.
He blows them out before he leans in and blows them out.
He finishes the song with the horn as he's leaving.
How old are you now? Say it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking great. Did he leave that day, or did he give you a little leeway after your
I
10th?
don't know. It wasn't
You don't
like I don't remember it being like that. I
That's-
wish it
Oh,
was.
my God. That's funny.
Fuck, that's funny, though. Tragically funny.
That's great.
Wow.
So great to laugh at something from when you were 10 now at 44.
I know, right? Finally,
Thank you,
maybe
Jimmy.
Oh, that's all right.
muster
Great
up
joke.
a chuckle.
It's like I say in my new book, The Gift of Laughter.
What a dick.
We got to go, right?
Yes.
Oh, shit going on.
Shit.
What's the plugs, Jimmy?
I only have one plug, and that is June 9th. I'm with Artie Lang, David Tell, and Nick DiPaolo at the Foxwoods fucking place.
Foxwoods
doing the
fucking
MGM
place.
Grand Casino.
They changed the name. Nice.
What are you doing there? Comedy, you guys?
Yeah, the four of us. A little sketch thing. Table, the improv.
Yeah.
Yell at an occupation. And Louis, I texted Louis, you saved my special, but with the fucking
those
being
bright
dark in the
lights.
room,
Yeah.
holy fuck, was it
Fucking
better, man.
morons.
You're right. Dude.
Oh, man.
You missed the freak out, though.
I freaked out, but I'm
had
on
the same
the early show. They didn't do what I said.
Yeah.
I'm watching the jib shadow go over people, and I was out of my fucking
Yep.
mind.
It ruins. People need to be dark, and you need to be loud. In order for people to laugh without abandon, they need to be in the dark, especially when it's fucked up humor like we do.
Right.
They don't want to look around at each other. They don't want to
Yeah.
feel like they're a spectacle with cameras on them. They want to feel like they're in the dark and they're anonymous. And you need to be loud enough that they don't feel like they're going to miss something if you're... But every fucking TV, every stupid Comedy Central stupid fucking cunts, when they do a special, they light the audience. They get pretty girls who don't laugh to sit in the front row, and then they turn the mic way down just for it's because it makes it a little easier to mix it.
Right,
It's not
right.
that I know that it's not that big a difference. When I went to Todd Berry's special, he did a great hour, and they had a fucking smoke machine to make it look a little cooler, and it's sitting right by the stage, and in the middle of one of his jokes, you'll hear,
Oh, shit.
and it just goes off, and they're so
That's
fucking...
terrible.
But I had the same thing when I did Shameless, the first hour I did. The first show was bright as hell, and the second, between shows, I was in the truck screaming at people.
Oh, man.
And they go, if you do dark in the second show, it won't match. And I said, fuck the first show. It's garbage.
Wow, this sounds familiar.
And it
We're
did-
doing
I
the
went
second
bal-
show's the whole thing now.
I
'cause
went
you
ballistic.
fucked up.
That's exactly what happened
Yeah.
to me. And we could edit because the stage, this director told me, well, the stage won't be lit any differently. And it wasn't. And it was fucking, we mixed and matched the shows fine. And any editing we had to do was just fucking, because there was no audience to cut to.
Yeah.
Just cut on the fucking reverse shots.
It's
And it
not
was
that
fine.
hard. Yeah,
No, it wasn't.
I haven't had an audience shot in 4 specials. I haven't had one audience
You
shot.
literally, when you watch me walk out, you would think I was in a room with just 5 dark heads.
Yeah,
You can't see anybody.
Well, nobody cares when they're watching. They want to watch your act.
The best part in between the two shows when you're freaking out is when you threw your shoe and it bounced in such a weird way and hit one of your guys in the
You hit
face.
the director. The director caught
that was the director.
I wasn't
Threw
mad.
your shoe?
Not at him. Not at
if
him.
I had a
I
gun-
want people to know that. that. He threw it. It
Against
bounced
the
off
wall.
a garbage pail, a wall, hit a light or something, and fucking the guy.
He caught it. I've never. If I had a gun, I would have
lost
shot
his mind.
everybody and myself.
Someday we will be able to delve into the full anger that was.
You were gone. Me and Jimmy did.
Oh, okay.
Me and Jimmy did. It was me and Ann were in the other room.
I had
for
never
the first
heard
time,
anything like that in my life. It
Kinda
was
scared.
frightening. I felt like I was back being a kid again
Well,
with
you
my
work
daddy
your
yelling.
whole life, you know, you're in a whole year or whatever it takes you to get ready
Yeah.
for a thing like that. And it all comes down to that 1 hour, and then someone just ooches up the dimmer and ruins it.
And I had
Like, ruins
specifically
the
said
whole experience.
I want it dark, and they had fucked up the lighting cue. They left Lenny, the opener.
Right.
I said, if you want to get a couple audience shots, do it while Lenny's on. They said, can we do that? And I'm like, okay, fine. But when I'm on, this is how
Turn
it
it
is.
down.
And they gave me the wrong lighting cue. And I should have just said, hey, can we fix this now? I should have just said it from the stage, but I was such a fucking
What about the guy with the
shitbag.
camera in the aisles?
Oh, yeah, I'm watching this.
Oh, my God.
I'm watching some fucking guy, and I said I didn't want this. Literally, there's two guys, one guy with a tripod. I'm watching him walk up and down, and another guy set the camera up. And you couldn't tell from watching it, but I'm thinking, I'm shooting an hour. What are you fucking doing? It's a comedy special.
Yeah.
That's what he sounded like in the other room.
Yeah.
How does that happen?
Yeah.
It's like letting a cat run across the bed during a porno shoot. It just fucking wrecks everything.
Me and Ann in the other green room, whatever.
Oh, my
and
God.
we look at each other like, well, one of us has to go in there.
I'm looking
And I
like-
went, all right, I'll give
I
it a
said,
shot.
I'm not going in
I
there.
go, I'll give it a shot.
I'm sitting in this fucking green room, and I am not fucking.
It was cinder block walls, and we could hear you.
I was,
That's how loud
I
you
was
were.
letting everybody know that I wasn't yelling at the people around me. It was the fucking Cleveland stupid fucking local.
This is like the Tonight Show. When Johnny would be sitting there and
Amy Schumer, look at that.
Someone would
Yes.
just walk in.
Yes, apparently an Amish woman, judging by the shoes.
So,
Would you spill on your shirt?
wait, I don't know what mic you are.
No, hi, Amy.
I don't know what mic you are. We've had too many mics on today.
Is that
me?
Maybe this? Try that.
Which one?
right there? You're on. Yeah.
Hi, this one?
There you go.
Yeah,
Hi, good morning.
That's
That's
set for Ramble On, but whatever.
Hey, the other morning I was listening to you guys on, I was listening on replay. I listen almost every day.
Ooh.
And you guys were talking about Michael Jackson when he thought he got the Millennium
Oh yeah,
Artist of the Millennium Award.
Yes.
The thing is, I know somebody who was working on the show, on the awards show, and the story was because you guys thought that he just was so dumb that when he heard Britney Spears say,
We'd like to think that. Anyway.
Artist of the Millennium, it's much worse than that.
Oh, it is?
no.
Yes, because they were like, hey, let's have Michael on the show. He's not getting anything because he's not doing anything.
Yeah.
But it's his birthday, so we'll just honor him. And Britney Spears will introduce him, and he demanded that she say "Artist of the Millennium." He said he won't do it unless she says it. And Britney
shit.
Spears was like, "What?" And he was like, his people said he has to be said right before he comes on, "Artist of the Millennium," or else he won't come on. And they almost said, "Fuck him," but they finally did it. And he wanted some kind of thing to be presented to him, but it was a big negotiation. And they said, "We'll put a cake up there." And so he just grabbed a piece of it. And it's very shrewd, though, because in his mind, I think at the time, his fans were so fucking dumb that they thought, oh, my God, he won the art. Like, he just knows his fans will think he won.
Will think that he won.
And I think Britney actually did some sort of elegant job of making it sound normal by saying,
She
to
said,
me, I consider him.
I consider
but she was
him.
just told to say he's the artist of the millennium.
And he grabbed a piece of that fucking cake.
Yeah,
thing.
it was a
I love this
business-minded, cynical thing he did. It wasn't crazy.
Oh, I thought there was a mix-up. It was very calculated.
Well, now he's dead and it can't be helped.
And he's gone. He's gone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's gone.
Nothing can be done.
And nothing can be done about that. And there's nothing we can do about it.
Have you ever I've never heard a more final statement about a guy. There's no negotiation in that
and the fucking idiot who's been in the mob all his life, what do you mean he's gone? Fucking
He
moron.
went on vacation. He just took off.
He's gone. And there's nothing anyone can do about it.
And selfish breaks the payphone for the next guy.
That one guy that was walking by after he's busting up the payphone, I always think, imagine if he was just one of these asshole guys that would like,
hey, man.
Hey, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Like how he would have just been dead.
Yes.
Like if he would have fucked with Jimmy at that point,
That's the best.
he would have been dead.
And when he walks in,
don't fuck the phone up, asshole.
Yeah.
when he walks in the room and goes, oh. Right
Yeah,
before he gets
yeah,
shot.
yeah.
Oh, no. He
this
just
old
gets it.
gag.
Nick DiPaolo once told me that's what him and his friends used to tell girls at bars, we're having a big party at our house. And girls come and they walk in this empty basement room, and then she goes, and she gets a load of jizz in the back of her head.
That has absolutely happened.
Yes, right?
I have been the victim of that.
No.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
100%.
Last thing you see before you're murdered is fucking stacked lawn chairs. How awful.
Yeah, there was no big festivities going on in that room.
No.
Oh, especially when he's bonding on the way in. Hey, this must
And
bring
he's
back
kind of
memories.
busting the guy's balls.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, when was that? When they had horses?
Yeah. He's just thinking, oh, you dumb motherfucker.
Yeah.
Soon
Gotcha.
to be dead piece of shit.
What a fucking gotcha moment that is.
Oh, man.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah. He couldn't even get out. Oh, no. He tried to say, oh, no, and he just realized.
Boy, is there egg on his face and blood and brains.
Boy.
Egg on his face.
We also got to thank Train for stopping by. They sounded great. Listen to the replay
They did a
today.
great job,
They did
yeah.
3 songs, 2 from their new album, California 37. They fucking destroyed Ramble On. Holy
I'm going to
fuck.
play that on my fucking Boneyard show tonight.
Are you?
Yeah, that was because the Train is not a Boneyard band, but I love that what they did with that.
That was Zeppelin.
I just want-
Great.
yeah.
I want to thank Louis C.K. for stopping by.
Thanks,
Amy
of course.
Schumer. And that's it, I guess, right?
All right.
Yeah.
That's, Slash.
Stop looking at my
Oh,
shoes, Jim.
Slash.
Wow, what's wrong with him?
Slash being, his people being a little complicated. We want to thank
Yeah.
Slash was great.
He was
Why
great,
do you have
though.
a stain on your boob?
Guys, it's
You're-
raining.
you're
I got
a
a
girl.
one big
Girls don't get
raindrop
stains.
right.
What's
I'm
raining?
Fucking
lactating.
canola
okay?
oil?
I'm
You're
lactating.
leaking milk.
Canola oil.
It's just, it should have dried by
Because it's
now.
hanging in.
It's a
Yeah.
conversation piece. I thought maybe
Oh,
you guys
okay.
would
That's a
wanna-
guy thing, having a stain, like just a dark spot.
Yeah, it's dark spot on your shirt.
Add that to the list of reasons
Girls
I'm
don't
not a
have
woman.
that.
No, girls don't have that.
Her mic sucks.
I
Yeah,
know.
it's very tinny.
Yeah.
It's not my fault.
Hard to hear you.
All right, we'll see you all tomorrow, right?
All right, everybody.
Bye-bye.
The Opie and Anthony Show, Sirius XM.